There we go. Good evening, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to the show. I am your host, Kdog57. As always, tonight on the show, we have two lovely people. When they start arguing, we call them mom and dad, are fighting. So we have Charlie and Undercard. Charlie wanted to be on top tonight, which I'm not sure if that's the normal or not. We'll find that out maybe as the show goes along. But of course, say hi, Charlie. She's like, no. Wait.
I didn't even know you started.
You're welcome. I said I was starting the timer. I didn't hear you talk, Charlie.
I see it now.
You might be muted. I can hear Undercard. You might be muted.
I'm muted.
Ha-ha!
I'm definitely muted. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's okay. It's okay. You're allowed to be. You're pretty. You're pretty. So of course Charlie, and then of course Undercard is the one to my right on the bottom. I gotta adjust that a little bit, but of course both very frequent regulars of the show. So happy to have them back. Starting I think next week, if everything goes according to plan, I'll start having special guests on this show every week. It'll be either next week or the week after. I'm trying to dial it in and get a couple people scheduled and get the schedule working. So this will probably be the last week with just all friends sitting here chatting this evening. But welcome everybody who is here on both sides. I know Undercard's not streaming right now, but of course Charlie is. So hi everybody on that side. I can see your chat as well. So don't talk about me. I see you. And I
talk about everybody and I judge everybody.
Oh, I'm talking about your chat. I can see what you say. But for those of you guys not familiar with the show, or if this is your first time, this is our weekly web show news segment that I do about anything in the industry. I always like to say as well, since we are recording, we are doing like the kind of podcast thing and everything for it. If we are talking and we don't exactly cover something in chat, or we don't respond right away, it's not that we don't love you. We see you. We appreciate what you're saying, and that we aren't ignoring you. We promise. We just are kind of going along with the show. So we might just type in chat in response to you. Or if there is something that we don't broach all the way, I saw that it's in Charlie's chat as well, and in mine. If there's anything that you want a little more information on, at the end of the show, we'll always kind of go touch on the section in the Discord there that has any links and things like that in the Q&A section of the Discord. If we miss anything, and we'll touch back on that at the end of the show. So if we ignore you exorbitantly, like in an immense fashion, or we just totally miss something and we move on and you want some more information, then just post it in there and we'll touch back on it at the end of the show. But other than that, yeah. So we still love you guys if we don't respond right away. We promise. Let's see. What else? We normally, of course, on the show, we would be doing like the whole little intro, like who are these people? But, we already know both of these lovely, lovely people. I don't know. Anything new before we get into the news stuff going on with you two? We've been playing a lot of Destiny. Undercard got sunburnt today.
That's it. We've been playing a lot of Destiny.
That's really it. Like I said, normally at the beginning of the show, we kind of talk and figure out, oh, hey, this is such a new person. This is how we know them. This is what they do, yada, yada. But we've all been on this show a bunch of times. We're all very close friends. So that kind of section of the show, that 20 minutes is kind of null and void. So I don't know. Like I said, Undercard, got a little sunburn using his one wheel today. His new toy.
Oh, well.
Sorry, I was sending you a message.
I thought I did that. Oh, I know I did change it, and then I think it didn't save.
It's okay.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah, I'm sunburnt. I'm a lobster, so we're just gonna deal with it.
You're a very cute lobster.
Mm-hmm. You're a cute lobster.
Honestly, it wasn't that sunny out today. It was 80 degrees. It was weird, but it hit me. I think I was out longer than I should have been, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like 6 hours, so we're just
you didn't pass out in the middle of this. You realize that, right?
That's gonna be great. It's gonna be great content.
That's just another story.
Sorry.
Why are you saying sorry?
Why are you giving him a headache? How dare you?
That's what I do.
He fucking said it. I didn't.
Well, she said sorry.
I drink and I know things and I give people headaches.
That's actually, I think, going to be like my tagline here in the future is I'm just going to start saying I drink and I know things, or I drink, therefore I know things. I know that it's not my original, but I mean, I think it applies very well to me. So that's pretty much my brand. I drink, therefore I know things. I do a web show. I do this. I like to pretend I know what I'm talking about. So I have to readjust this because I don't know why it didn't save. I just edited this.
I was just like sitting here staring at it for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I said I'm the right one.
You did, and I adjusted it. So we're talking about Undercard socials because Undercard like rebranded all of his socials like 17 times. Not really, but it just, you know, getting it all fixed and everything else. So yeah, so I'm trying to adjust that right now. And and I'm trying to get that fixed so that way he doesn't yell at me for the rest of the show.
I'm not. I just didn't want to say it out loud. I was like, I'm just gonna type it to him and let it
just
bother
gonna,
him.
yeah, just gonna
morally
bother me
inside.
all.
Yeah,
Yep.
just let it eat you away like a fungus.
There we go. All right.
Wow.
Hold on. There we go. Hold on. 2 seconds. I'm gonna do this while we're doing it, so it's gonna be great.
Wait. Again with the phrasing, Kdog.
Hey, it's gonna be a great 2 seconds, everybody. Don't you worry. I'm all about the phrasing, so it's okay.
What the hell is this giant hand on Charlie's face? All I see is this big white glove. No, not your. Jesus, I know your logo. I'm talking about the giant white glove that is swooping around on your camera. It was like trying to grab you.
Oh, it's okay. No, no, because since Discord is in the background, I'm having to edit this, so it's capturing the mouse movement of me trying to edit your socials to get them right.
Your mouse is this giant white glove, and it's like, if you saw what I saw,
yeah. So that's what it is. It's my mouse thing on the background. So I'm just trying to grab Charlie's face.
That is a way to bug Kdog perfectly. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I know it'll bother him.
Yeah. So we're just getting. This is the 20 minutes of content right here. Instead of like having our talk, this is This is it.
We've been playing a lot of Destiny.
And of course, we're gonna talk about it later. But of course, Valorant update came out. Played a little bit of Valorant lately, and other than that, I mean, I don't know. There we go.
This is a mistake.
What's a mistake? What'd you do?
Being on the show with both of you.
It was your idea. It was your idea.
Disciple!
I don't know. Yeah, somebody just start, adding Disciple and having him. We'll put him like behind, like up in the corner or something like that. I'll have him like peeking out from behind, like the little news.
I was just asked to be here, so I showed up.
It was Charlie's idea. It totally was. And when they start yelling, everybody in chat, we just gotta, when they start arguing about topics, we gotta go, Mom and Dad are fighting again.
We don't even argue.
I ain't doing that. I got a headache.
We don't even argue. Like, y'all make it sound like we argue like every 20 seconds. We really don't.
We'll just leave that one to everybody to decide. Yeah, I got new feet for my mouse. That's the extent of my new things that have happened. So I'm excited. I got new core pad little.
And you have a cloth mouse pad?
Yeah, I do.
You should send me a link there because I'm gonna be getting that G Pro wireless one.
Well, you can buy a new cloth mouse pad when I have one that's my brand. I'll send you the link to that one. How about that one? When Car Crash.
No, I want the feet.
Oh, the feet for it? Yeah. Yeah. So they're the good ones. They're like, decent stock or whatever. These take a little while to go in, but yeah, they're the core pad ones. They take a little while to come in because COVID and everything right now, but it takes like a week to break them in officially. But
just send me yours.
I actually have an extra set because it comes with two. You can only buy two. You can only buy two. No, if I'm gonna send them to anybody, I got to send them to Disciple. I mentioned it to him first. And also, I'm trying out like there's little like I got the like grip thing. So core pads also makes like little grips. So I put the grip on like the. Oh,
that's cool.
Why are you not focusing?
Really cool.
Yeah, there we go. So I put the grip on the fingers and the side that I don't use. So just a little something extra. Yeah, that's what I did today. And I was gonna go get a haircut, but I woke up too late.
At least you don't drill a bunch of holes in your mouse like Charlie does.
What? Okay, what did you do? Oh, because her mouse looks like it has a bunch of holes drilled in it. I actually really like the Model O and that. Like I like those. If it was,
no, I like them. I like them.
I like it because I have super little baby fingers, and it's like the perfect size. And it's hard to find a mouse that is small and it's really lightweight.
Yeah, it's missing about 80% of it.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. If they had that wireless, I would be using that wireless. But it
I
just
can't believe they don't. It would probably sell so much.
When I talked to them at South, they said they're in the process of trying to make one, but they're, then they got to house all the wireless stuff in there and, balancing it out. So the wireless will actually be a little bit heavier than that one because you figure they have to house the, the transponder or whatever it technically is.
It would still be pretty light though. There's no wireless mouse on the market that has holes in it that make it lighter. You know? Like I don't think it would look any different, and it would still probably be as equal to your G Pro. Yeah, it probably would be, if not even a little lighter, just because if they do that same, drilling the holes into it and all that kind of stuff. So I think it would be pretty cool. I would definitely test it out, but yeah, I'm excited to like really break these core pads in. They say that it takes like about a week because of the material, like the pure material. So like when I was doing looking into all this for the different feed and all the research on it, so they come with like the black pads, but that's not actually, I can't remember what the material's called, but that's actually not 100% pure because obviously the dye used to buy it or to dye it or whatever makes it black. So like the pure whatever material this is actually is just white. So any of the pads that you see that aren't white aren't 100%. They're like dyed or whatever. Ceramic. I thought they were like ceramic.
Well, yeah, they're like some. It's similar. It's like a Teflon something. Something like that. I don't know. It's some nifty material that is used for it, and that's essentially kind of what it is. And yeah, it just. And I guess it takes like a week to break in, but then also like I sit here on my computer fucking around with gaming for like 8 hours a day. So I don't know if it's going to take a whole week for it to really get broken in, It might just take like one day. That could be to just be for like casuals, that week to break in. All right. There we go. Your socials are updated, by the way. So
thank you, kind sir.
If you look. I don't know why it didn't save. I don't know. I pressed a button probably, and yeah. I don't know. I am going to adjust one other little thing quick because it's going to annoy me otherwise, which is the little green...
No, I'm yawning without covering my mouth. I'm such a scum.
I know. How dare you? You're a terrible lady.
Hold on. I got to go throw up.
I know. Oh, everybody look away.
I hope you... Step on a Lego and choke on a chicken bone.
Here, hold on. Wait. I don't. There. I got rid of your cam so that way nobody will know.
Legos and I don't choke.
Thank you.
Nobody will know.
I wasn't talking to you. What the fuck?
Oh, never mind.
Oh, so you have a good gag reflex. Is that what you're saying? That's why you're not going to throw up?
I have a terrible gag reflex. I've talked about this many times. I would make a terrible boyfriend. It would not work out very well. That's why I can't do shots. I could sip at anything. That's always like my excuse.
Shots at West. What do you mean?
No, I would like drink them, but I didn't like take the shot. Like I can't down unless it's like a really girly shot. But I'm talking like straight liquor or anything like that. Like even like vodka, even like not hard. Like it's hard liquors, but they're not like. But anything, I can't take a shot of it. My gag reflex just hits. But like girly, for lack of a better term, like more fruitier shots, not your straight hard liquors, the ones that are mixed. Nipple. Yeah, like those I can do. But I mean, just straight liquor, alcohol, I can't take shots because it just, as soon as it hits the back of my throat, it's like, oh, yep, and I want to throw up. But I'll sit there and
you're kind of like the Gordon Ramsay of liquor too, though. So it's like you have
I like to taste.
That you don't want to taint.
Yeah, and that's the I sit there and it's like I like to taste it. You guys do your shots, I'll sit here and I'll taste. I'll enjoy.
Someone hands you a tequila shot and it's like you just know you're about to just light a fire on your tongue and just ruin your taste buds for the rest of the night. And you're just like, I can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll sip it and then I'll wash it down with whatever I'm drinking.
Yeah, exactly. I'll sit there and yep, that's pretty much.
I get it.
That's my MO. That's exactly it. Well, there we go. We found. We found something to fill the first like 10-15 minutes of the show. Huzzah! Mainly it was me fixing the socials because like Undercard said and chat knows that would have driven me crazy all stream.
Well, it did because I told you about it.
Yeah, exactly. If you had not said anything, because I did fix them and it just didn't, I guess it didn't save. And then I closed it right before the thing, so I probably just... I know I said not to save the other things because it was other stuff that I had been working on that I pulled from, so I guess it just didn't save those as well. Either way, yeah, if he hadn't told me about it, we'd be on an actual topic right now, and I would be none the wiser, but you guys know I'm a stickler for everything being perfect. Oh, something happened. Something happened.
How was that mystical noise?
Is that her sub sound? Is that when somebody subs?
Hear that?
I don't know. It's routed so we can hear it.
Yeah,
Oh
you're
my God,
sharing.
are you doing it again?
I don't know.
It's always this. It's always her inputs and outputs. And then she'll yell at me and go, "No, it wasn't like that before." And then she'll go into settings and sure as shit, it'll be broadcast mix. What is it? Tell us right now. What is it? Go to it. We want to know. The show wants to know. Yeah, everybody wants to know. What is your input and output?
Ooh, that's a nifty background.
On Discord.
Oh, on Discord?
Yeah, your Discord is probably going to be the broadcast stream mix.
If it is, I'm going to be so happy that I'm just right again.
It's not!
What is it?
Chat mic and chat.
Oh, so then
Okay,
on
then
your
it's
routing,
your
it has
routing.
this. Yeah, your routing has it going to the chat mic then.
All right, whatever. I was wrong on the first
Whatever.
guess.
Y'all are gonna
But
have
it
to
still
listen.
roots
It's
into
fine.
the same
It's fine.
thing.
Y'all are gonna have to listen to it.
It's fine.
I don't want to fix it right now.
It's fine. I guess I can deal with you getting subs and things like that happening. And bits
gosh.
and that all fucking night long.
As soon as you say that shit.
And we get more noise. Anywho, moving right along into the actual show. Well, at least this way, I can thank everybody for Charlie. Like, if I'm mid-talk, I could be like, hey, thanks for the sub, because I'll know, because we'll hear the noise.
I'm breaking things. I didn't change any settings, so I don't know.
It's fine. It's fine. So yes, as always, chats on both sides of everything. If we don't respond right away to something as we're talking about things and to you in chat, or appreciate the bits that you give us, whatever the case may be, it's not that we don't see you and it's not that we don't love you. We are just kind of recording and moving right along with the show. So gonna go ahead and get right into the core of it. Starting off, first topic of the night is the official announcement, and actually a little bit more information came out today that I'll broach as well, but the announcement that Xcloud this past week, the actual release date of Xcloud, which I always think is funny because I was just talking about this on the other show that I was on. Xcloud is Microsoft's streaming service, of course, to mobile phones and things like that. That being said...
Never mind.
Continue.
I was making a funny.
I was gonna say, is it an orange tube joke?
Was they're streaming. Oh.
Rip. The other streaming service. Streaming games. Oh, wait, that's what we did too. Streaming just games and not content creation. There we go.
There we go.
So this is how you're able to play different games on your phone. This is going to be launching officially now September 15th. Exclusively on Android. So actually a little bit more information about this. The reason that it initially was just going to be launching exclusively on Android is because they hadn't finalized talks with Apple and that. And they were still trying to work out the Apple side of things. That being said, as of today, they have canceled their whole attempt to even deal with Apple and even bring it to Apple phones. So this is exclusively now 110% an Android experience. The Xcloud of Microsoft and being able to play these games on your phone. Also today was announced that Samsung actually, a little bit more of a partnership with them, which they already had, but now they're actually releasing phones geared towards the experience and having the Xcloud and that built in, which is kind of interesting. I was looking for a little more information on that. Couldn't really find it, but they did announce today there's like 1 or 2 model phones and things like that. Might have more information next week once more comes into light. I only found out about this like 2 hours ago, and then I was doing another show. So I was trying to scramble, get some information, but I'm not 100% sure. But I did see that they are releasing like certain models of phones and that with Xcloud built in. Xcloud is going to be bundled as part of the Game Pass Ultimate, which is that $15 subscription service that we always advocate because it's just a great buy. on launch, it's going to have over 100 different games. Not all of them have been listed, but things like Gears, Destiny, Hellblade. Charlie can play Hellblade while she's getting her hair did.
Do not tempt me.
You can do that now. You'll be able to do that now.
I will do that.
So, yeah, so of course they're not going to be on the Apple Store, which I still think a lot of that is Apple wanting their cut. Because of where that they're
100% what it is.
Yeah, they want their whatever the percentage is. I've seen like 30%. I've seen other things like that. But I mean, we saw this issue with Steam's app on the phone for their streaming. A couple other apps and things like that. I don't know if Stadia had something like with Apple phones, if they were trying to do something, but I know Steam was the big one that I knew that took forever to even have anything on Apple. It's because, yeah, Apple likes to have their fingers in everything and take a cut.
Just like Microsoft.
Yep.
Yeah, but Apple's almost worse in the sense because it's like they know how much their market size is, and they're like, it's almost like, oh, Xbox, you want these people, but you're gonna have to take our deal.
Yeah.
But Xbox is like, we
Xbox
don't want to
was
take
like,
that deal.
No, like we'll go sign, finish
Apple
our
knows how many
exclusivity.
phones and all that are in a certain amount of people's hands, so they always will throw their offer on the table, and it's either take it or leave it.
Yeah. So
It's probably the same thing with Mixer subscriptions too. That's why we didn't get those.
Yep.
Because they want a certain cut, and it would have just been too
and
much.
Microsoft didn't want to. Yeah, Microsoft Mixer didn't want to give that to Apple. So I agree I would say that's 98% of the driving force why we won't be seeing this
It sucks
on
because
Apple.
Xcloud is dope. I was literally so excited for that. I mean, I knew it was on Android, but now after learning about this today, I'm just like, well, that sucks because it's a really cool feature to be able to just like play any Xbox game as long as it's either on your Xbox that you're using as a server or you're using one of theirs as a server. But just the fact that you can, I even have like the phone clip for like the controller. So like my Elite is Bluetooth, so I could connect that to my phone, connect the clip to the controller, and put my phone in there, and I could just be like, wherever, as long as I got a good internet connection.
Yeah,
and that's a cool feature. But I have Apple, so
sucks to
I
suck.
feel like I feel like this is just I feel like they should have waited until after the new Xbox, for the simple fact that people are just gonna now they don't have to buy an Xbox. All they have to do is have an Android.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about that before a little bit, and I agree, but at the same time, I think if Microsoft, and we've been talking about this for months, and I think it's a smart play. Yes, there are still going to be people that want their consoles, but they are banking and pushing forward with this streaming of games thing, and I think this is just a perfect example of them just taking that next step towards the future, in that you won't necessarily need to have that console at home. You're going to be able to just stream all of these games forward just onto your phone, onto wherever you want to do it, onto your TV. And this is definitely the future. And so they're trying to be the first one out there, and then bundling it with their Game Pass now also the two are going hand in hand. And I 100% think that this is what the future entails for gaming, and they are getting ahead of the ball on that. And since they're bundling it, they're getting it to more people because they're bundling it with their Game Pass Ultimate. I probably wouldn't utilize this service if I didn't have Game Pass. I wouldn't go out and buy it because it doesn't really appeal to me. But now, since it is being bundled with Game Pass, starting on the 15th, and it comes with that, I might be sitting there getting my hair did, getting my nails did, whatever, hyperbole joke going off the Charlie joke from earlier. But, I might be sitting there somewhere or at work on break and want to play Gears of War or something like that. And now I can. So you're letting these people that you have a large user base with the Game Pass getting this taste of it. And then maybe down the road, maybe they make it a separate service that costs $20 or something like that. I don't know. But they're at least getting the service out there probably more than they would have just having it by itself.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna stop people from buying the new Xbox. Like, all this is a added bonus to a service that's just included to something you probably already have. Like,
true.
Let's say you just own an Xbox One X, you have Game Pass. You're only gonna be and the thing is too is, like, let's say you don't even have an Xbox, but you have Game Pass for some reason. You're only gonna be able to play the games on Game Pass through their community servers for this Xcloud. But if you own an Xbox, you can stream your games if you choose to use your console as a server, if you will. So people are still going to buy the new Series X, download those new games, and stream them to their phone using Xcloud. if that game's not on Game Pass. You know, like you won't be able to play a game that you own that's not on Game Pass.
Yeah.
True.
So it's not. I mean, to me, I think it's just a extra added feature. It's not gonna, you know.
I don't think that it ruins it right away on this. I think that they are this. I personally feel that this is the future of gaming, especially. I think consoles. I've said it before. After this generation, I think consoles are done. I personally think that this is
when they added the streaming to other devices just in home. Like Charlie's been using it forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That
the capture card.
like just
she's so proud of that fact. No matter how many times we yell at her saying, "Hey, you would get better quality or this, that, or other," she's like, "No, I don't wanna."
It's just an added. It's just like that, just out of the home. You know what I mean? It's just like the fact that I could stream to my TV upstairs from my Xbox downstairs was just an added feature of Xbox, if you will. Now they're adding to that by going, oh, well, now you're gonna go get your nails done, play your Hellblade, you know, because you already have Game Pass and you already have a controller that works with your phone or whatever. Yeah,
and that's going into the other side of it. So you have these peripherals. So Razer is actually making other ones. You have those clips that you can plug the controller into and get it to your phone. Razer is actually making a kind of plug-in thing for your phone that actually makes it like a little, like you hold on either side and you press it, like old school, makes it look like an old school gamepad type of thing. And a couple other companies, but that was like, you know, Razer's the big one there. But then also, you know, I said to these guys, and there are a lot of articles talking about how they are adapting touch control. If you don't have a controller, all of these games are adapting touch control. Being reworked for the game. So if you're playing Gears of War, being able to play that just using touch controls on your phone, you know, just using the screen like you would on other games. Think a la PUBG Mobile, you know, without having a controller, that type of thing. It's not great, but whatever. But I was like,
I think PUBG Mobile is better than all the other PUBG.
Well, yeah, that's true. It was a separate company. Honestly, PUBG Mobile is the best version. But I'm just saying, like, control-wise, trying to control it on your touch screen, that's what a lot of these games are going to be like. They did rework, a lot of developers, they reworked all the current ones that are coming out. They built the touch controls pretty much from the ground up for it to make it work. That being said, Microsoft is on record saying they hope developers keep touch controls in mind for future releases. I personally don't know how I feel about that. I don't necessarily want the developer to shoehorn in touch controls. Like I don't know. Like I guess maybe make it like a possible thing, but I don't know. It reminds me of, like, you know, when you're playing PS4 and you just have that random control that is using the fucking touchpad on it. Like I don't know. I just feel like it's gonna detract from the.
You don't want them to waste their time doing
kinda.
That. Okay.
Yeah, like taking their time and like doing this and trying to figure out a way, like, oh well, we're gonna make this we're gonna make this whole, like, because the thing that I'm worried about, not just the time thing, because I'm sure it probably wouldn't take that long to remap it, but I'm worried about them adjusting the controls as a whole, if that makes sense, to make it easier for when it does get ported to touchscreen and all that. That's more what I'm worried about in it. Now, you know, I don't want them to make the controls like so stupidly simple / complex where it's like, okay, we have to worry about our controls being able to go onto, you know, a touchscreen phone now. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't like that. That, you know, like having it be a focus just.
Yeah, I'm on the same page as you. If it takes away from development of things that we care about, then yeah, it's kind of annoying. Like if they have their own separate little 5-man team that can do it without diverting away from the development of like what should be
the core part,
on, then
it's
go
Microsoft, so
it's a 6-man team at tops. So a small team to them is one person in a garage.
I do.
It's Microsoft, so
we'll see. Yeah, but yeah, no, that's my only worry about that. You know, it's just Microsoft just going on record saying that, but we'll see moving forward. But all of the current things that are coming out on Xcloud, you will be able to play not even with any of those attached controllers or anything. Arguably, it would probably be better to do so. But if you are just playing on your tablet or your phone or whatever, you'll be able to do everything at launch that has it.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of the bigger games, we won't see any of that stuff. You know what I mean? Like that, they're not going to make that a main focus. Like the little weird, you know, smaller developer games, they might make touch controls and stuff. But I don't see like Halo, you know, putting that somewhere on the top of the list. Like they damn well know that these controllers mostly all have Bluetooth now. You know what I mean? And the majority of people that are going to use Xcloud probably already have that ready to go, you know, or something like that. They're not going to make it a totally separate thing to make like Halo playable just on a touch screen.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've been surprised before. So
yeah, we'll see. That's my only worry with that. But I think overall, Xcloud, I'm excited for it. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think this is the future of gaming. I think that after this next generation, I don't see us having consoles anymore. I think moving forward, this is what we're going to have. And this is just the start. You know, I'm really excited for it. This is them getting it out there more in the world. Giving it all the Game Pass users. What we talked last week or 2 weeks ago, I think, about the number of Game Pass users. And I can't remember off the top of my head, and I get rid of my notes every week because there's too many of them to keep track of. But the number of Game Pass users and now all of them having access to this system just makes it more widely acceptable as a platform and widely known as a platform to make it easier to use. And I think that only will benefit this whole venture in the long run. So, but like I said, also, I think that it's funny, and I said this earlier on the other show that I was on, I think that it's funny that just 2 weeks ago we were talking about Xcloud, and Phil Spencer was on record saying, oh, hey, Xcloud is not going to be the final name. It's just a working title. And now we're releasing next month, and everything is still saying Xcloud. And one of the things I want to kind of broach on this is, and what I think is that due to COVID and everything else, they have these deadlines, but they're wanting to do certain things. Like they probably wanted to change this up. They probably wanted a different name. They probably wanted this and that, but they had this deadline to meet. And now they're being forced to push this out at a certain deadline, even though they haven't been able to have the employees there because they're all working from home. They're doing this, that, whatever. Like, I just think that it's interesting that not even 2 weeks ago, Phil Spencer was saying, no, this isn't what it's called, 110%. But then it definitely seems to be the case of what it's going to be called.
Yeah, I don't believe anything that comes out of Phil Spencer's mouth, so...
I just think that, when you're talking about certain big moves like this, and having, this is the name of it, this is not the name of it, etc. Brands and things that are going to build brands, etc. That you're on. He's smart enough. He's the company head. Like he's smart enough to know what to say, what not to say. Especially when it comes to a brand, a future. Title, a future platform, so to speak. So the fact that he was just saying, this isn't what it's going to be called, guys, and then now it's looking like this is what it's going to be called, where's the disconnect here? Is it because of COVID? Are they just, they're sticking with it because of a deadline? Like, what happened? That's just me being me. I don't know. These are the thoughts that I have, and I wonder about.
I mean, I personally don't care what they call it. I mean... I don't even remember seeing what you're talking about, like where they were gonna change the name, but
well,
they do, they don't. I mean,
well, it's just like it was like the same kind of concept behind like Project Scorpio before the Xbox One and all that. Like it was that just name. I loved it. I loved it, and then I had it on
my Xbox right here. I bought that.
I did too.
Edition
I still have that controller, the day one, the Project Scorpio edition. That's what I had.
I would have liked if they would have just called it Xbox Scorpio. Like I would have been cool.
Yeah, but that changed. That was just the working title. But then they just ended up going with. So far, it seems like they're just going with Xcloud. Either that, or next week we're going to be sitting here talking about Microsoft's new streaming service, Mixer or something. I don't know. Whatever they changed the name to. Maybe that's why they got rid of Mixer, was just to free up the name.
I mean,
better not have Charlie on the show that week.
So be like all the things to say. I like your Queen E shirt, by the way, Charlie. I just noticed that. I was over there chatting with her for a minute last week when I was over on Facebook land.
I have yet to check out Facebook gaming. I'm not gonna lie.
You can come over and hang out with me when I do my random episodes over there.
No, because I don't want people knowing my damn name.
Well, all you got to do, and this is what I told people, and this is what I told Mech did it, and other people in the community, just your personal Facebook, just make a page. All you have to do, it takes like 2 minutes, just like make an account. Make a page for your other, whatever your name is, and then you could chat as that page. Fun fact.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing all that shit.
I'm just saying. It only takes a couple minutes. Not even. I'm just saying. It's possible.
Like the Facebook that I link for everything is my page, as Kdog is referring to.
Yeah.
And if you make a page, and it allows you to turn your Instagram into a business account as well.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm a business on Instagram. Yeah.
We'll keep it rolling. She don't care.
Yeah, exactly. No, I was just saying whatever. I just thought it was funny because I noticed the shirt. But yeah, any other thoughts on Xcloud right now? I think we covered about everything.
I'm just mad it's not on Apple, so I'm just gonna stay salty, and I'm gonna hope and pray that Apple just freaking folds. And
maybe you never know. They have this, so Drake was saying. So I was just on the show with him and Ariel and all that. So me and Drake got talking about this a little bit. Drake was saying that today the thing that they signed an exclusivity with Samsung, and I didn't see that anywhere. And he's doing his thing, so I wasn't able to ask him like where he saw that. I looked really quick, and I don't see an exclusivity clause or anything like that for it just to Samsung or Apple. I did see that they are tailoring certain things, and they have certain devices that are going to be Xcloud like built for. Samsung is doing it. Like they have that partnership. I have not seen an exclusivity. But that being said, they did end. We'll see how Apple responds. It is up today. I did find that as of today, they ended their trial, any of their tests with Apple. They have cut ties with Apple. So they're like, we're all right. You're not going to let us do it? Fuck you then. So I did see that.
I wouldn't doubt it. It's all right. Here's the way you look at it, right? Like Apple knows their user base, and they know the power they hold in negotiations. Samsung goes, why would we not want to offer an exclusivity deal with Xbox? Because we know Xbox fans are ravenous and huge, and they would spend the money on our devices to get this feature. So you got Apple, who knows how to negotiate because they know their power, and then you got Samsung, who damn well knows the opportunity at hand.
Yeah, and arguably the largest Android phone purveyor, arguably.
How business goes. It goes. Samsung just knows of what they can get, the benefit from it, so they're willing to sign a deal. Apple argues differently because they just know the power they hold.
Yeah, they know that Apple is Apple, and people are iPhone, Apple drones. That
I mean, there might be a small conscious being within Apple that's like, there's a huge Xbox
of the 17,000. There's one.
Apple though, we don't care. We're the second $1 trillion company on the face of the earth. Like,
there's one guy in the corner that's just like, should we do this deal? And everybody's like.
He puts his hand up. He's like, there's a lot of Xbox people, and they're just like, shut up, Craig.
Fucking Craig, always.
Poor Craig.
But yeah, no, I will be interested to see, like, kind of like you're saying, if we talk about this a month from, or not a month from now, a year from now, if we see Apple maybe not caving, but maybe this does well and this is the future, and they go, hey, we need to be in on this. Like, maybe that's, if this does well.
Waiting to, because they got more phones coming out in September.
Yeah. So
like they like to do shit like that too. Like they might during their event be like, surprise, Xcloud's coming too. Like
we worked something out with them.
Yeah, Apple likes to present things too. They don't like to just be like, and it's available on Apple, and Apple had no say in it, or an announcement, or a tweet, or fucking anything. Like they want to like.
Microsoft is all about those tweets though. So.
Yeah, they love it. They love the tweet game. Nobody is salty here at all whatsoever.
I'm not salty.
She's peppery. Paprika-y. I don't know. But for those of you guys that get the joke, I'm not going to go into it.
It's hand in hand.
Yes. No, it's a business at the end of the day. Yeah. They know what they're doing. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm going to be curious if this works, whether Apple comes back to the table with a counter offer type of thing. It would make
more sense to me if like Bo said, they do a presentation about it. Like they're saying, oh, well, by the way, this has been closed off. And then when they release their new phone, they're gonna be like, oh, by the way, we lied.
Now we have it on. Yeah, now we have it on this.
It's just marketing 101. Like you can't sell anything now if it's not some sort of publicized event or hype trailer like we refer to in the video game industry. That's all it is. So yeah, like honestly, I don't think that'll happen. I think even in September when they Apple shows off new phones, I don't think the Xcloud thing will happen.
I don't think it'll be here. I'm saying, I'm saying maybe next year. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if they were to change, they're gonna a year from now or 6 months from now, they're gonna be looking at, okay, the Xcloud is getting this much use. Maybe they announce it next year. Hey, that line of phones. Hey, we're bringing it to Apple.
Xcloud doesn't really have technically any reports yet.
Yeah, there's really nothing to draw Apple in.
So Apple don't like not seeing numbers. So like somebody at Apple is like, well, who's using it? And they're like, well, it's not out yet.
Yeah, nobody yet. We've just been testing it on Samsung.
There's a lot of people that are going to use it. And they're like, well, we don't like that.
Yeah, we don't like that. And we want this much money for this upfront.
I need to know exactly how many people are using this right now.
Yeah, you want us to sign this? We want 50%.
Samsung's just like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, they're an Android. Well, Samsung has also been in partnership with them for this for months. So, you know. And you know the Android community is a little bit different than the Apple iPhone community, and we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
You know, it just is what it is. You know.
No, you're right.
But yeah, that's it. I am excited to see where this goes in the future. That's why we've talked about it off and on the show over the last couple months. This won't be the last time we talk about it, but September 15th, officially coming out on a mobile device near you. If you are a Game Pass owner, you can play Gears, Halo, all that shit on your phone.
I have an iPhone, so
unless you have an iPhone. Get a Samsung tablet and you're good to go. There you go.
No, I already have an iPad.
Well, I'm sorry.
Let's not get into the Apple.
I was saying I'm a Google person. I haven't used Samsung since I found the Google phones and everything. So but I mean, I'm still technically Android over Apple.
When you get to our age, you just use what works for your brain.
Like it just works and you're used to it.
Yeah, like I get into these arguments all the time. People are like, well, this and that. I'm like, dude, like I was Apple, I went to Samsung, and I came back to Apple, and my brain feels nice when I use it. So
it's just I understand it. I understand it.
Yeah, I'm done looking at graphs and pointing at things and going, who does this? What does that? This doesn't do that. Like when I was like 16, I did that. But like now I'm like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
So
I get it.
I picked Apple because they have prettier color phones.
And then there's people like that.
There you go. Then you got arguments like that.
The rose gold Apple.
How do I shut that down? How do I tell somebody who likes pretty colors that they shouldn't like pretty colors?
Yeah, exactly. How do I tell you that you?
The only Samsung Android phone that I could get that was colored, and it was this god awful fucking yellow color. But Apple has purple.
Yeah,
they have purple. They had that rose gold iPhone for a while too, right?
The other phone that really has color is Pixel, and that's probably it. Like,
yeah, I love my Pixel. I mean, I still get it in black because I'm a basic
Pixel.
bitch.
Okay, then there you go.
Yeah, I'm black. I still also have the mixer thing because I
do too.
Because I haven't moved mine.
And then
it works.
Crimson says Apple's Apple. I'm assuming he says they like the money, like not discrediting that comment, but they all like the money.
Yeah,
it's
they all do.
Yeah,
I would say Apple though is probably
you cannot tell me there's a company that is in the phone industry right now that is trying to make sure your pocket is okay.
True.
Like Pixel doesn't go, we know you don't want to spend money. That's why it's only $100 and we're going bankrupt. Oh, we care about you.
Yeah, we care about you.
They're all expensive and they all will cost you money in the long run. But I will say Apple is very gaudy and a very big cultural icon.
Apple is more a cultural thing, I think, than a techie thing.
So it is, and that's the argument I hate too, is someone will always come up to me with Samsung. They're like, oh, you got an Apple, you paid $1,100 for that? I'm like, what did you pay for yours? I'm like, $1,100.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. And they're like, yeah, but I have like 300 more gigs than you. I'm like, oh. Well, I don't use all my 60 gigs. So.
Dude, like I get the 64 and that's plenty. Like I do not take that many dick pics, okay? Like I don't know who does.
I'm not gonna tell y'all what gigs I have.
Yeah.
I just I don't take dick pics, by the way. I'm just using it as a joke.
And you're never gonna use it.
Oh,
you might. I don't know.
It's for those people who
4K
literally
videos. You will, but
I take a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
I take a lot of pictures.
Yeah, but you probably still have almost the same amount of room mine has, and it's the base model or whatever.
Yeah, no, I have what is it, it's either the 128 or
those big ones are for because all these new phones, even Kdogs probably all can take all this 4K video and stuff, and that's where you need
that's why it's for the video.
You take a 10-minute 4K video, it's equal to 1,000 photos.
That's why
Let's see, I got I'm curious to see how many pictures I have.
Well, we'll get to that later.
Yeah, I was saying you start counting. We're gonna move on, and you let us know. You let us know.
I will say, well, around 6,000, 6.6 thousand, because I have 4,600 in my regular recent album, and then I have 1,000 hidden.
I'm not even gonna broach that. We're moving on. There are so many things I want to say about that. I'm sure he does, and we're just gonna move right along.
The iPhone in the distant future. Until then,
yeah. Until then, we'll do the thing with the stuff, and yeah.
So what's going on with Twitch?
So Twitch is kind of like the good guy company-ish this week. We haven't had a good guy company, bad guy, good guy, bad guy thing in a while. So new stuff with Twitch recently announced. They are partnering, I can talk, with Community, which is a brand. It's CXMMUNIT. Why? I left out the Y there, but it's like Community with an X instead of an O. Either way, they're partnering with Community to start an HBCU esports league, and esports HBCU driven kind of gaming and esports scene. Historically, black colleges and universities, for those of you guys not familiar with the term. So this is something that was recently announced. Twitch is partnering with them. This is a non-profit organization that is geared towards increasing minority youth participation in esports and gaming in general. Communities, I just referred to them as X in my notes because Community just weirds and it reminds me of the show. But their mission statement says, and one of the data points that they report is that 83% of minority teens play video games, while only 14% of video games are video game design content creators, and that are made up of Latin or African American creators, whereas 68% are European or Caucasian. So this is kind of a cool thing. A little bit also, like, there are collegiate esport teams, which I really wish that kind of shit was available 12, 15 years ago when I was going into college. Like,
yeah, they were doing. At the high school that my mom teaches at, they're starting well, not now because of COVID, but
like, that's so fucking cool.
An esports team in high school.
Yeah, so this is a thing, guys. For those of you guys who have been out of the college and high school game for a while, like us and that, I was reading through and doing more information on this, and I'm like, find this out.
High school,
dude. Shit. Like high school and college. There's over 200 schools in the collegiate esports scene. What the fuck? Like, only one of them, though, and the reason this is being started is only one of them is an HBCU, historically black college. So that's why this is a partnership that Twitch is trying to help push and get on the esports scene, historically black colleges, and having more minorities represented in the gaming and esports scene, which I think is amazing. Definitely 110% support it. I don't know. This is more.
I support it too, but I hope that eventually they do something like this for women and girls who are in high school and college, because
that should be it too.
The gaming industry is dominated by men, and
that's true as well. That's another one that should be. Yep. I
hope that they do that. I mean, that one of the things that I absolutely have ever loved about Twitch is they do the what is it, 1001 Dreams or something like that, and it goes to girls who code to teach girls how to code and build video games and all kinds of stuff. And that's something that I always really admired about Twitch. And I had like been in talks with my partner manager on Mixer, trying to get something like that done on Mixer. Obviously that didn't happen. But
what do you mean?
Women are
why didn't it happen?
Well, Phil Spencer hates us.
Something I don't know. Some weird, I don't know.
We got a weird Dear John letter over Twitter.
A couple hashtags involving some Me Too thing. I don't know. Something happened. Some weird stuff happened.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, I 100% agree.
Equally underrepresented. Whatever.
We know what you're saying.
And gaming, period. And I love this. I think it's amazing, but I also hope that they eventually
And
for women too.
this could be the start of something like that. I mean, we see this here. This arguably so, and the reason I say this is this. So I went through, like, this was in the news a couple different times, but I went to the actual Twitch page, which their first actual like esports thing was like game, and I think it was Overwatch that I saw was yesterday. This is a page, like their actual page only has like a little over 100 followers. Like, this is like the community's person one, like not Twitch, but this is something that, you know, they are just starting up.
Community Co.
Yeah, Community Co. Like, they're a little over 100 followers. This is something that most likely, so the actual person who started Community, like they definitely have a brand that they are trying to build. Like, they probably went to Twitch and were like, hey, this is something that I'm trying to do, and Twitch was like, I love the idea, let's run with it, we're gonna back it. That's how I see this. So
I love it.
Yeah, and exactly. So this. The reason I'm saying this information is that, yes, it's starting small, but this also means that Charlie could, you know, or somebody along with Charlie's same mindset of, for the female side of thing, this is something that we could see coming in the near future for that same reason from the women's side of it, because obviously Twitch is supportive of this. You know, we want to back this type of thing. We want to back this idea.
About the inclusivity about supporting women, supporting people of color, and that's they don't have racists on their
well, I mean, we're getting there. We're getting there. All right, you know, we're getting there. But it's you know, it's a work in progress. Obviously, you know, the internet is the internet. But I think that's why it's like the good guy company of the week kind of thing. It definitely shows that, you know, they are willing to, even though this is like a smaller company, like they have a mission statement that is a very viable one, which is bringing esports to minorities because they are you know, represented. And that's awesome. And Twitch actually partnering with them. And I'm curious to see how big this grows, being that right now we're literally on the almost what looks like the ground floor of this on Twitch, and then partnering with it. So this is a page that has 100 followers.
It seems that it's just not getting into esports, because it does talk about video game creators. So I'm wondering if it's also for streaming too.
Well, that's like, I think the long run is, you know, their goal is to, so if you read through like their mission statement, so the community's mission statement is not just like the esports side of it, but, you know, they want it to be in HBCUs because they want minorities, Latinx and African American and different minorities to be able to pursue gaming ventures. They like, that's the end goal, that as you read through it. And, you know, that's why, so whether it's content creation, whether it's developing games, whether it's whatever, that's their goal for this. And that's something that I think, you know, and the fact that Twitch signed on to this, and we just see this as a, you know, a ground floor thing on Twitch, you know, and I'm excited to see how big this comes, because I mean, obviously, like, and I didn't know the stats before it. I didn't even know that colleges had esports teams, because I'm an old fuck. So actually, yeah, you know, that being a thing now is huge.
Well, they also have something called the Twitch Student Program.
Yeah, and that was another thing. So there's an actual, and I didn't look too much into that. Like, that was in the article that I sent you guys. I don't know information about that, but there's a Twitch Student Program that I think has to do with gaming and streaming and all that. That was a totally different topic that I'm like, I don't even want to go into this, because this is going to make me wish that I was still in college, because I wish that if this kind of thing, if I was me 10 years ago,
would be right now if they had this kind of stuff.
I would be ninja if my mother had supported me back when I was in middle school and high school. She fucking was like, oh my god. And now now she's like, oh no, I always supported you.
It, but if we had like an actual, I mean, probably not in my high school, because I went to, you know, a small podunk town with 67 people in my graduating class, so it probably wouldn't have happened where I went to school. But like the town that my mom works in, where she works at a 5A high school, and like the graduating class that's just graduated, they had 2,000 kids in it, and that's just the graduating class of 2020. And they started a class. One of the teachers got this big grant, and it's like a $10 million grant. Like, it is a big fucking deal. for like graphic design and coding and other stuff that if we had in high school, can you imagine what our lives would be now?
Oh yeah.
If we had that shit in high school. And get this, when COVID hit and when they canceled school, what was that? I want to say like April or May.
Yeah, May, April-ish, yeah.
3 students had signed up for that class. She had 200 spots, a $10 million grant, 3 students signed up.
I'll go back to high school. Shit.
I was like, I'll fucking pay.
Yeah, I was saying like, yeah, fuck.
I'll bring my own PC out to the school, like, and she got like brand new PCs, PCs that would have made us cry.
Like I'm about ready.
I went up there and talked to her.
I'm about ready to fucking go back to school and all that just to get on one of these collegiate esports teams as an old fuck.
Yeah, you can totally do.
I'll go back to college again.
What is it? The Jump Street?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You can totally,
21 Jump Street,
can totally do that.
Yeah,
I can't.
I'm probably going clean shaven all the way tomorrow. I trimmed this down a little bit today. I'm probably with my haircut. I'm probably going clean shaven 100% for the first time in like 4 years.
You have baby
faces. Yeah, exactly. So come tomorrow, I am gonna look like I'm 12.
You don't even look your age. What do you mean?
Aww. No, it's come like tomorrow.
Straight up.
Okay, well, we're gonna consider it you being sweet for once.
It's him being sweet and him being honest. Those two are not mutually exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready. I'm about ready to join an esports team for fucking Valorant. I'm gonna go back to fucking college. I could use another bachelor's and all that. Like, fuck it. My engineering degree ain't going to anything. I'll fucking do it in comp science or something. Fuck it.
Yeah, I really wish that we had something like this in high school, and it's so incredibly sad that. I mean, like I said, this teacher that my mom works with, she had 200 open spots and only 3 students signed up. And that was before COVID hit, like before they shut anything down or anything. 200 spots and a $10 million grant and 3 students. And that's is because they don't get it. Like, this is the future.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Maybe not esports is the future, and maybe not like streaming is the future, but she had coding, graphic design, like video game design, like all kinds of stuff.
It's a huge industry moving forward.
Yes, and that's the future. And with a video game design, you can work on movies, cinematics. You can make trailers for Blizzard, who arguably have
we talked about this a little bit like last night, like some of the best ones. No, 100%. Like that's high school side of it, and wheeling it back into the core topic here. That's kind of what this partnership is trying to do, not just for the younger kids of either way, high school, whatever,
the kids
but
take advantage of it. That's my biggest thing is I hope whatever school that these go to, I hope every kid that is able to takes full fucking advantage
and that's
of
what this partnership is more kind of inclined to, because there is an underrepresentation from HBCUs. So this is a partnership that is trying to get that side of, just like Charlie was saying, where it isn't being utilized as much. And, you have a predominantly European Caucasian scene, only one HBCU represented in the collegiate esports scene. This is trying to bring it a little bit more to the minority side and make it, just more prevalent. And no, you don't have to be, Caucasian from an affluent family to get into graphic design or esports.
Or to get into college, period.
Or, yeah, that too. Yeah, being able to actually stream or play games and be good at them and have that be a way for you to go through college. Like, like Matt down the fucking block, in the suburbs, or Kyle. I feel like Chad's another good one. Kyle's and Chad's. Fucking Chads.
Or Dylan's.
Dylan's aren't bad. And there's a couple Dylan's that aren't too bad.
They're okay.
They're okay. I actually get called Kyle a lot, so that's why I'm like, everybody thinks that I look like a Kyle, and that kind of bothers me, because I feel like Kyles are assholes.
You look like your name.
Yeah.
You look like your name.
Yeah. It starts with an L.
I know.
For all you people that don't know.
I didn't want to say it.
No, that's okay.
Leroy?
Leroy! Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, no, a lot of people think that I'm a Kyle, though. I don't know why. Everybody, like, if they can't remember my name, they call me Kyle.
Because people are fucking assholes.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's okay. My
But
dad
this was
Becky.
this was before Kyle was like kind of a derogatory term, so it's okay.
My dad calls me Becky after my his oldest niece. He calls, because I have like 40 cousins on my dad's side of the family, and like 30 of them are girls, and he calls us all Becky because he can never remember who the hell which one of us are.
Oh, that is so gonna be me. That's my family. My family, we only had 5 people in it. My grandmother still fucking called me by my uncle and shit. Like, she was just like, Frankie, fucking Tony, fucking whoever the hell you are. That was literally how I was greeted at the time. I'm like, there's literally only 3 of us. Like, you're calling me by my uncle, like your actual sons. Like, come on.
Now my dad goes, he'll go, Sarah. And I'm like,
sure. Yeah, like you start to answer to it, like it's like, all right.
I start answering to it, and one time he did it, and I like freaked him out because I apparently sound just like my mother, and I heard it when I said it, and like it freaked me out, and yeah, no, I don't.
Anyways, moving a little bit right along. No, honestly, I love this. I love this partnership. CX, I say community, so community just with an X instead of an O, guys, and then CO at the end. So I'll say it here in chat really quick. Let me spell it out right. But this is the start. This is their partnership here on Twitch. They're partnering with them to bring that to the forefront. Just started actually yesterday with their first esports thing, but it's only going to get bigger. It's starting. I meant to
post that in my chat, not yours.
You're good.
But it's fine.
It's only going to get bigger. It really is. Yeah. So this is the ground floor. This is their partnership, and I think that's great. You know, this is something that happened this last week. And I'm looking forward to seeing it. And just like Charlie said, this also, on the other side of it, opens up avenues for, you know, females in esports. This is not just a one-off thing. I think that this is somebody who took advantage, not in the bad way, but took advantage of things that are going on politically and everything else. They're like, hey, we have this company, we have this mission statement, we want this to be a thing. They reached out to Twitch. This is how I see it.
They took advantage of it in the correct way.
In the correct way, not in a bad way. They were like, hey, this is the chance to do something about this because of the political everything going on in the world. And that's how you should take advantage of situations, not, you know, in a negative way. This is a positive impact, a positive way to take advantage of the news, the industry, everything that's going on right now. So hopefully we will see more minorities in that represented in esports moving forward because of this program, and it can only get better and better. So good guy company of the week, Twitch. You do good job. We won't talk about all
community.
And community. Yep. And not just Twitch, it's Twitch and community. Going hand in hand. This partnership will be amazing, I think, and only will lead to bigger and better things. Moving right along. Why is my button not working? Oh, Charlie's getting things. Hold on. There we go. All right, so this is not the bad guy company of the week, but this is like an okay boomer thing of the week, and I think this is hilarious. So for all of you Zelda fans out there, I really wish fucking JoJo was around, because I really wanted, you know, I need to send this to her. But Zelda has now been officially immortalized in an actual serious novel. So the author who came out with and did Boy in the Striped Pajamas, which was made into a movie back in the late 2000s, I think. I
remember that.
Yeah, like Boy in the Striped Pajamas, like late 2000s, early 2010s, somewhere around there. A war kind of movie. Arthur. The author is John Boyle. Can I read my own thing? I can't read my own handwriting. John Boyle. You guys have the article. Boyne. There we go. I can't read my own writing. Boyne. Yeah. All right, John Boyne. Either way, he's the artist or whatever. So he's the one who did all that. His most recent book, and somebody actually posted this on Twitter. He didn't realize it. His most recent book is more on the adult side of things. He writes for adults and a couple of young adults novels, but mainly adult novels, serious novels. has a Zelda Breath of the Wild crafting recipe in it as an actual representation of a recipe. And I thought this was fucking hilarious. So, they were looking for, and so paint the scene. He had to have looked this up on Google. So in the book, they're talking about historically, you know, back in the day, like how to make red dye clothes, and the ingredient recipe needed to make red dye for clothes and to craft it. And he actually quotes spicy pepper, red Lizalfos, which is Breath of the Wild, and 4 Hyrulean shrooms was the recipe needed to make red dye to make clothes. And like, and this is like
judging this guy. I'm judging this guy.
Like, exactly, that's it. Like, this is like almost like he's 50 years old. He's 49. This is very much an okay boomer moment. Like, and he's not quite, but I think that's fucking hilarious. That, and he has taken it all in stride. Like Twitter, like the person on Twitter called him out that realized it, and they were like, you know, because if you look up, the thing about this is, if you look up red dye recipe, the first thing on Google is Zelda. So he obviously was just looking for something for, you know, for his book and just a quick little thing. And he just clicked on the first recipe link on Google when he looked it up. And it came back with this Zelda Breath of the Wild recipe.
Well,
and I'm just like...
In the article, it says, key swing octoric eyeball. Like, that should have...
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, like, and that's why I was like, at least all of us who were at one time in school, like, at least, like, if you're gonna paraphrase and plagiarize some shit that you found on the internet, at least, like, kind of, like, have a little bit of forethought about it, you know? At least, like, maybe change up the order a little bit, change up the way it's worded, you know? Like, something, like, how do you think that this shit is real? Like, he is taking it all in stride. He says that he's not going to change it. He's just laughing. He's like, I must have just honestly looked up the recipe on Google and all. So it's really cool that he's doing. He's like, I obviously like did this. I fucked up or whatever. And he's cool. He says the author says he's not going to change it. So I think that's very admirable. He's taking his stride. Although on the inside, I know he has to be kicking himself because come the fuck on, dude. Like,
the only other thing is, could he get DMCA'd?
That's different.
That's different. Yeah, I don't think
copyrighted.
I don't think Hyrulean shrooms are copyrighted. Like, it would have to literally be, they would have to have copyrighted those every specific ingredient, and I highly doubt Nintendo and Zelda did that for every ingredient in their game.
Yeah.
So that's like, so he doesn't have to worry about that. You know, now if he actually named Zelda or something like that, that'd be different. But
oh god, if he did that, Jesus Lord.
But I think it's one of those moments where it's just like, it's hilarious to see, but it's like, come on, bro. Like, at what point are you reading this and like, okay,
do we know how old he is?
He's 49 years old.
Okay.
So he's not a young whippersnapper, but also he's not like old.
It's not my dad.
Yeah, like my mother is 52. Wait, what year is it? 67, 50, 54 this year.
See, my mom was born in 53.
Yeah.
So my mom is 15 years older.
Yeah.
It's
like one of those things, like you imagine, like, you know, going and typing on, you know, the internet and just pulling up the first recipe. And that's the other thing. Like, I feel like this guy is just young enough that he should have an idea as a sometimes young adult author and most of the time adult serious novel writer. He writes about wartime things and all that. And he's referencing this, and I'm just like, come on, bro. Come on. Like, I just feel like this is like an ESPN, like, you know, like fail moment type of thing. It's like he's taking it all in stride, but it's like, come on. How did you not question Hyrulean shrooms and red Lizalfos as
a nerd? He's not a nerd.
It sounded good to him.
Down to.
Yeah, it
sounded
just like
good to him.
I think it's funny. And no, but that's the thing. Like, even without being a nerd, I'm just like, just like, if somebody said, all right, how do you make, well, I can't even use culinary because I'm a culinary person. I don't know. Like, it's just, I just feel like even if I were to read this randomly, I'd be like, that sounds like a weird recipe. let me go to the second Google link and see if that's any different. You know, like let me just click one down.
A novel. Too,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like let me just click one
further
further down.
Swing and Arturic eyeball. I'd have been the feck.
Yeah, exactly. Let me just click one or two other links just to make sure. Because if I'm gonna plagiarize or pull, you know, some recipes and all that out of my ass and put them in my book that, you know, I'm writing that's selling to millions of people or whatever and is getting published. You know, I know it's a minor thing. That's the only thing that's kind of like saying is that it was like such an offhand thing. I think it was just an offhand like comment in the book. It has nothing to do with the story or anything like that. So I think that's the only reason it ended up in is because he just literally looked probably at Google, just pulled up red dye. It's literally a one sentence thing. And he was just like, all right, whatever it is, just copy, paste, good. And he's moving on with his story. Like he was probably in the zone writing and he just needed that filler of what, you know, red clothes dye was made out of. And I think this is fucking hilarious and I love it. And I love the fact that he's not going to change it. Well, as of right now, he said that he's not going to change it.
Yeah, it says the dyes that I used in my dressmaking were composed of various ingredients. Depending on color required, but almost all require nightshade, sapphire, key swing, the leaves of the silent princess plant, Arturic eyeball, swift violet, thistle. Like some of those, yeah. But
like if you were writing a fantasy novel, yeah, 110% good, good to go. But I mean, like at least like for half a second, go. You know, this doesn't quite sound right. You know, something about this is
spicy pepper. Like when as soon as I would have saw the word eyeball, it'd have been the fuck.
Yeah, like spicy pepper, I can see. Like you know, because even like certain beers and things like that and clothes, like you use like actual like beetles and things like that to make dye. 110%. That's okay. Eyeballs. When we're talking about eyeballs and certain mushrooms and things like that, I'm like.
Well, certain mushrooms, yes. But
yeah, even
the word eyeball or wing or silent princess plant.
It's just
Either way, he's not with those kind of times.
What
other books? How many books has he written? Or
quite a bit actually. He's not just some random author that this happened to. You know, that's the thing. Like he's actually a decently well-known author. I haven't read any of his shit because it doesn't appeal, like not my cup of tea. But, you know, obviously, I mean, Boy in the Striped Pajamas was made into a movie back in the late 2000s.
Oh, did he write that?
Yeah, he was the one who wrote that.
Oh, okay.
That's
so he has 12 novels and then 6 novels for younger readers. So 18 books.
Yeah, so he's mainly an adult, like it's a mainly adult focus, but he writes a little young adult, you know. But still, it's like, all right, bro. Like, you know, I don't know. I think it's fucking hilarious.
Well, it gave him plenty of exposure. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. At the end of the day, it's working out for him. You know, he's getting more.
I kind of want to read it. I'm not even gonna lie. I kind of want to read it.
Just read it.
Just to read it.
Just to find out like where it was.
I remember the Boy in the Striped Pajamas. I remember that, and that I always really enjoyed that book. So I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
I might just do it.
I think that the main reason this is becoming like or was in the news is because this is like not a small author doing this. You know, it's just like a bigger author, and somebody was nerdy enough to go Hyrulean mushrooms. That's wait a minute. You know, like somebody was nerdy enough to actually do that. You know. Yeah. And I like that.
I dig it.
Yep. I'm 100% a fan.
Funny.
Yeah, I think.
And the people didn't like the people who.
Well, that's the other okay boomer side of it.
So
you know,
it wasn't him. It was his editor and his agent and the people who printed the book.
Fucking boomers.
When you print a book, it's not just like you reading it or
like five other people read that.
It's not even 5. It's like 10, 15, 20 people.
Yeah.
Read it
before it ever like went to print.
And like so that's like 10, 15, 20 people that
Had no idea what Hyrulean mushrooms are.
I hate the world that we live in. I'm not even a massive Zelda fan, and even I know that.
Yeah, like some, you know, but I mean, you know, I think it's one of those. Again, it's kind of like an okay boomer type of moment, but I think the balance is he's just like, okay, I must have just done this. It's not my cup of tea, but you know, I was just looking up a recipe. I think that it's funny, and he's keeping it in his stride.
Like
you know,
I love how he's
yeah, he's just owning it. You know.
Well, it happened, and we're just gonna keep it that way.
Yeah, I looked up. It wasn't a main focus of the story. I needed to look up an ingredient for making red clothes dye. The first thing that was on the internet. You know, I just went with. So now, forevermore,
is not everything on the internet is real.
Imagine that, guys. Imagine that. But now Zelda is forever immortalized in actual classic. Well, who knows? I doubt.
Literature.
Yeah, but actual serious literature.
Classic,
Yeah, maybe not serious.
Yeah.
Serious literature. You know, actual.
I dig it.
Yeah.
I dig it. I think it's funny.
Besides fanfics. Anyways.
Yeah.
Why is this not? For some odd reason. Oh, I know why. Because I updated. Whenever I update MIU, if I type in it or if I have that as my forefront application, that same time I update it, it overrides me using any hotkeys or anything on Stream Deck. That's why it's messing it up. And I did update just before stream.
Yeah, I haven't touched MIU.
Oh, I
haven't updated it.
I still use it for chat and everything. Yeah.
I haven't updated it in like a year.
I still use it. It works. It works well. Moving right along. This week, Halo has confirmed, 343 has confirmed for Halo Infinite that multiplayer is going to be free to play and will support up to 120 FPS, which Undercard and I have talked about recently. But it has now officially been confirmed. It was kind of leaked a little bit as a rumor from European news source, but now it has officially been confirmed by 343. So story mode, we have of course talked about with the Xbox show and all that. Story mode, the game itself will be available for those of us with Game Pass, will be available to us, but now the actual multiplayer will be free to play for everybody, 110% confirmed from 343 Studios. Story still on Game Pass. Up to 120 FPS on the Xbox, the new Xbox, which I'm still skeptical of. But at the same time, I'm sure the graphics settings won't be the same as what they are on my PC, so that might be possible. We'll see. We'll see.
Why do you have doubt? I'm
I'm just holding out, just because like what I'm used to with like PC or whatever. The graphics wise, holding 120 frames consistently on a console is like I've seen the specs for the Xbox, but you're good. It's I just feel like it may or may not be a stretch. I don't know. Like, but on the other side of it, the reason I say like it might not be is because they might have the graphics settings on lower. It's the same way that I make sure that I constantly have 165 frames is that I lower down my graphics settings. I could just get rid of your cam. You're fine. There you go. You're gone.
I figured it out. I pressed a button.
You're gone now. You're gone now on my screen. You are not there. But it's not that I'm skeptical of it. It's just that if this new console and 343 is that game is going to run at 120 FPS, I'm curious what level the graphics are going to be at for the game then. I think it's kind of like all tied together. If they are going to be guarantee, or they are saying it is going to run at 120 FPS, then what level are the graphics going to be at? Because even still, like, I'm one of those people that I was looking at the Halo thing when we watched it, and yeah, like, we weren't watching it at 4K or whatever, but I've gone back and rewatched it, and yeah, there's RTX, all that. Like, the graphics are like they're okay, but they're it's not an art style thing. It's just, very kind of, they work but they don't. I think that the 120 frames for them to get that is part of the reason that those graphics might be a little for like, I don't know how else to describe it. Like they're not bad, but it's like me running medium quality instead of ultra on, say, Valorant or whatever, just to make sure that I get 165 frames. And I feel like that's where this is going. If they're going to get that 120 frames.
Why is Charlie making this face? What is going on?
I don't know. I got rid of her face. She's not making a face. She's not even there.
Tell that I'm watching her stream. That was a face that she just made.
You must be very like, I have her like blocked on here, and like I'm watching her stream also, and I don't see Charlie.
Oh wow, it must be really delayed.
I was saying, like, I do not see a Charlie. Yeah, you need to refresh.
Yeah, hold on.
I was saying there's no Charlie there to be had.
She was making a face.
She's been gone for a couple seconds. What's up, Timmy?
Oh, now I got an ad.
Yep. How dare you?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Honestly, though, I don't doubt it'll hit the 120. I mean, like, and let me see. What all do I want to say right now? Okay, so one, looking at the graphics of what we saw, you're right. But what you're looking at is also campaign, world, rendering, enemies, like a lot more going on. You know what I mean? Like, if you think of just a team deathmatch multiplayer map, take that data down like by easily more than half.
Yeah.
You know
I could see that. Yeah, figuring small. Yeah, if they're okay, I could see that.
Because they didn't looks like the style of what we already saw. It's really not like hyper realistic god rays, you know what I mean?
Which has been one of my not really complaints, but I do agree with the people that are saying the graphics are a little underwhelming. I do agree with that.
Haven't said 120 frames.
For story, and I agree. I just I agree. Yeah. Now I will say that you are 100% correct there. I didn't really think about that for multiplayer.
Me and you are gonna download it tomorrow. We're gonna jump into a remake of Blood Gulch. It's gonna be just Blood Gulch, and the graphics.
They're not rendering 70,000 different enemies. You know, they're not rendering. Okay.
Birds and trees and shit. Like
that's a good point.
The maps will look cool, I'm sure, but like. I mean, if the multiplayer is gonna look anything like classic Halo, just like the campaign kind of does,
it's not gonna be as difficult to do. Yeah, that's a good point that I didn't really think of. You're not having to render as much.
Even when I say 120 frames, it doesn't sound like that much. Like when I see you running your PC stuff, I mean, you're always pushing 200 and shit.
Yeah, like I could if I had a better monitor. Like and I turn it down.
1080 in mine, and I'm streaming, and like sometimes even. In Valorant, I'm pushing, 360, like 400 frames in some moments. Like, so it's like the 120 just doesn't sound that crazy. Like, I even think the campaign with the hardware should run even higher than 60 frames, which I know it'll do.
I could very easily see it being like around, 80 to 100. It's just a consistent 120 is. But for campaign, you do bring up a good point for multiplayer. I will agree. Now that I think about it, you make a valid point. Multiplayer will be.
And the only other thing I could say is, besides the hardware, like the thing with consoles is it's such proprietary equipment. Like if you go look at any games right now on consoles, like do they run like PC? No. But if you actually look at how they look for 30 frames, like. There's a fine balance. Like games run very well on console.
They do it well. That's the for not taking that away.
So like until you like here's like an example of what to do. Like a game like Apex came out day one for console, probably because it's been optimized for console since they've been developing it, And then you get a game like PUBG that was on PC, and then they go, but we're bringing it to console. But we haven't really sat down and optimized it. And then that's where you get a game on PUBG on console, and everybody goes, well, this looks like shit because it's console. And it's like, well, it's not just because it's console. It's like the game was never really meant for console, but because they want more player base, they quickly slapped together something, pushed it out, hyped it up, and everybody points finger at console hardware, which I get because it's not PC hardware.
Yeah, it's not optimized for console, and I 100% agree.
The day Apex dropped, it's running at 30 frames, but that's just because it's the hardware. But the game looks actually pretty good, like. It
looks good on console until you go to PC and then realize what it. But if you on console, it looks good. Yeah,
but that's a comparison.
That's a totally different thing.
You could bump your graphics down on Apex on PC and it still look good. You'll just be pushing 300 frames.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
PUBG
if you
still
make
looks like shit on PC. Let's
Yeah,
be
well, like
completely honest.
PUBG has its issues either way. Like no, but I think I agree with what you're saying, and that is a good point that I didn't think of.
Yeah, so what I'll say is like consoles have like this proprietary equipment where like now I'm not saying every game, like I think I'm just talking
Yeah.
about Halo, like the way Halo has been, I mean, even though it's coming to PC this time around, which is only because most recently they started porting it to PC. But before that, let's jump before that. Halo is a console exclusive, so it's just like when you play Last of Us and Uncharted aren't on PC, but look at how they look on PS4 hardware, and Xbox One X is more powerful than PS4. You know, like Last of Us 2 looks fucking incredible on the PS4 Pro, and the Xbox One X is still more powerful than the PS4 Pro. And the new consoles, the Xbox is still more powerful than the new PlayStation, but I guarantee if there's a Last of Us 3, it's going to look godlike on the new PlayStation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't doubt that in a Halo game on a new Xbox with the hardware that's in there, especially with the graphical style they're choosing, which like I was telling you, it's like it's not god rays and textures. Like you see all these like pictures on Twitter of them comparing the graphics because everybody thinks the graphics look like shit compared to like Reach and all this.
And I will say, like, my thing is that I talked about this a little last week. I'm not upset at the graphics themselves. I'm upset more so that it's not just an art style. It looks like they're just using the same graphics because they're like banking on RTX and all that in the near future, which RTX it makes reflections look good. It's not something you should base your whole game around. Like,
well, those pictures people are showing are so irrelevant because like they show the two guns, right? And it's like one gun looks weathered and then the other gun looks like a toy, if they would say. Well, it's like you can add, there are so many graphical effects you can add to something. That doesn't mean it makes it look more, I mean, it might make it look more realistic, but it doesn't mean the graphics are great. Like if you added splotchy, dirty effects onto a metal surface or texture of a gun from just a face value standpoint, be like, oh, look how real that looks. But
yeah, it doesn't have to look real. My issue with them, like the graphics wise, like I have said, you know, even the new like Psychonauts, when we talked about that, I felt that the newer Psychonauts, like I don't mind, art style is different. Like, and that's I make sure that I clarify this when I talk about the Halo and all that. The art style is different than graphics and how well a game like it looks graphics wise.
Yeah, people can't talk about how realistic. Go look at.
It doesn't matter how realistic.
Yeah. Like go look at Unreal Engine actual trailer examples of what the hardware can do, but you never see any of that stuff to that extent in an actual game.
Yeah, like, you know, there's art style that plays to it, and that's my biggest issue with the Halo side of it, is that I feel like, you know, they have their art style 110%, but I feel like they are still holding on to older graphic capabilities from it. It's not, you know, the art style, I appreciate everything else, like, and they're like, oh, we added RTX, so now you get like mirrors and all that, you could see yourself in a pond, all the stuff that RTX can do that we know that they can do, you know, that's different. But I think the core like basis to the graphics have not been updated as they should have. That's my big thing. Like I 100% I get the art style and all that, but
well, you watched the gameplay after the stream, like you saw, like it looks pretty good. Like
it looks good.
Bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like after watching both, I was like, okay, well, I don't know why they showed that. You know?
Yeah,
like,
and you go back and you watch it on like YouTube on the 4K, and it looks good. I'm curious. Like I felt that, you know, in straight comparison, I felt that Psychonauts, you know, because I talked about this, Psychonauts actually looked better than Halo did from a graphical standpoint. Like I felt that it ran and looked better. Like in each one, obviously Psychonauts is a very simplistic art style. But it doesn't matter. It can look 2D. It can do, but the way that the graphics run, it's kind of like comparing Borderlands to Last of Us, like two completely different art styles. But you know, they each are great graphically rendered games. They each really look well in their art style, and that's the only thing that from what I saw of Halo, I was kind of like, I feel like they could have done a little more. That like, I'm one of those, like, I'm not saying it looks terrible. I'm a little bit in that park of people like, I feel like they could have done a little more, you know?
Yeah, compared to what we're used to, I get it.
Yeah, like in this current era moving forward.
When I look online, that's all I see is just people are so used to an expectation of what they want things to look like. But if we're talking about Halo,
Mm.
like these people don't even know what they want anymore. Like, I
Oh,
swear
yeah.
to God, like, the
Halo
last 3
is-
years I've seen people say nothing but like 343. Can you just give us Halo the way we originally had it? You know,
The
And then
way,
here
okay, it's not even the way you originally had it. So all you
Right, but,
fuckers
like-
out there, I had a demo for that motherfucker when it was still like an RTS style game, and I've talked about this before on PC
yeah.
back in like 96. Okay, we could find that bitch on YouTube, like the old school like trailer for that back in like 95, 96, back when like Halo was originally like conceived, and it was like an RTS style game. So even the Halo has how it started isn't how it fucking started. So get off your hipster high horse and just be happy with what you get.
Yeah, there's people are just like, oh, we want it like this, and then they get it and then they just shit on it and go like, oh,
Yeah.
well, it doesn't look like what we're used to right now, which is like hyper realistic and god rays.
You're
and all, I
allowed
don't
to
know.
have your own art styles.
Yeah, like the way I said it is just the game looks smooth as hell, and it's just and until we see more too, like that game had so much pressure on it even before they showed gameplay.
Oh yeah.
like we've been, I'm pretty sure like 2 years we've just been waiting to see the game. They show whatever they were willing to show, and it was like, I mean, dude, there was tweets before the stream probably was even over, you know.
Oh yeah, people talking about it all.
Like, yeah,
immediately
so
talking
it's-
about the grapple hook and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Um,
But back to the original point, I think the multiplayer will run
Yes.
on that hardware. I mean, this hardware is pretty like,
It
and
is a
I've talked
beefy
about
hardware.
this. Yeah, like I watched a video with J2Cents, who is nothing but a PC YouTube channel, and you've probably seen him. You've watched him, I'm sure. Like,
mhm.
and he made a video, you know, referring to how normally every console generation there's always PC people that are like, how to build a PC of equal value to get more power, you know,
Mhm.
than what you would spend on a console. Well, this is the first time you can't do that. You
Yeah,
cannot spend.
I agree.
You know what I mean? There's no amount of money you could spend right now to build a PC that's going to give you as equal power and spend less money than you spend on, like, especially if these
Yeah.
consoles drop at $500.
Yeah,
there's no way.
Even 600. If you spent $600
Even
right now,
600, yeah. Even
if
700,
Xbox
even 800.
dropped, yeah, $600 right now. If Xbox dropped, you could not build a PC for that.
And
Realistically,
that's what he did. He scoured to build one, and he built one. It was like, I think it was like, I don't know, it was at least like 1,000, maybe even 1,100. And that was with parts that he doesn't even trust. And this is a guy that has like a 5 million subscriber YouTube channel that only builds monster PCs. You know, he's like the parts I'm choosing are sketchy. They're not brand you.
yeah, we're gonna
ever
go with like
buy.
bronze rated power supply.
Yeah,
we're
like
gonna
you
go
would-
with
yeah.
this. Like,
he's like, but I was trying to get the cheapest amount to get the equal to of power. He's like, so it might be as powerful, but every part in there makes me so paranoid, it's ridiculous. And it's like, so that's why when these consoles drop, people are just underestimating the power. Now, whatever the developers do with the consoles, if a game comes out like tomorrow and it still only runs at 60 frames, but it looks really pretty, you know, PC people are still gonna shit on it and go, oh, well, that's just console, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, these games are still gonna look really damn good. They're gonna at least hopefully all run in 60. You know, I mean, we've already heard games like Destiny is gonna run at 60 no matter what on it, which it's not 100 and something, but it'll still look pretty damn good. And Halo's multiplayer running at 120 frames sounds pretty sweet, to be honest, especially if you choose to play it on console. So I don't know. I definitely think the multiplayer will run, no doubt, at that, due to the point I gave to you originally, which is there's not as much going on.
Yeah.
Especially with free. The fact that they said it's free to play tells me even more that not a lot's going to be going on in Halo multiplayer. It's going to be maps,
those smaller
people,
maps, yeah,
simple gameplay style, and whatever little things they add in.
they're
that's
gonna
new,
be
if you will.
traditional with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be very traditional. They couldn't go free to play if it's not. You know, it's not like Halo 5's multiplayer where it was very like it had a whole new set of fangs on it and there was a lot going on. But the story and all that, I'm sure will only run at 60, and that's because you got birds flying, you got a big open area. You know what I mean? Like all this other shit being rendered in constantly or whatever. And so I think the multiplayer, no doubt, will run at 120. And even if it doesn't, like, you know, it'll still be higher than 60 at least.
Yeah.
You know, so it'll probably fluctuate. I don't even know how I wonder how people are even. Well, never mind.
I don't know how you'd really gauge it. I don't think there's an FPS tracker. I don't know. We'll see if there's an
That's what I was
FPS
wondering.
tracker on the new console. We'll see.
Yeah, but then when I think about it, I feel like I've watched videos of people being able to like actually test.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, like I've seen videos. I feel like, so that's why I like retracted that comment.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
Either way, that's what I think.
We'll see. We'll see. Charlie, any comments? I know you were here for part of it. No?
I don't care.
It's like, whatever, I'll play it, whatever.
Halo, I've never been a big Halo multiplayer person. I've always played it for the campaign, and so it doesn't really.
There you go.
I basically agree with everything that Undercard said. So
there you go. Well, and that's okay. That's okay. So either way, moral of the story is, supposedly, ideally, 120 FPS for the Halo multiplayer and free to play across all platforms, and that. So that is the ideal. That is what they're spouting. That is what has been confirmed. Story is still on Game Pass, like I said. So that is how they're gonna get you into that. It's kind of similar to COD, Modern Warfare, and you have to have the game to play the story and the multiplayer, that type of thing. So, moving right along, Hyperscape, which Undercard and I have played. Charlie, you played a bit of it too, didn't you? Yeah,
I played it.
Yeah. I'm really hopeful for it. It is down now, of course, before their launch, but on August 11th, official release of Hyperscape on all consoles and platforms except for Switch, because I do have to throw in whether or not it's on Switch, because that does make a difference. But releases on all consoles on August 11th. On launch day, new weapon, new game modes, and 100-tier battle pass going into it. Do we think is the crossplay, is the new console, will that bring the hype back for the game? What do we think? Because I say that as somebody who Hyperscape up until when it went down on the 2nd, it was not really drawing that many people. After the first couple days of hype, as much as we all enjoyed it, it kind of fell off quite a bit. So
yeah, it did.
So what your question is, will the crossplay
well,
be beneficial to it?
will on the consoles, will the actual launch, do we think that this is going to bring it back into the limelight, or is it just going to kind of just be
crossplay? Absolutely.
And I haven't seen that it officially has crossplay.
It's not. They didn't announce it as that. They
I would
just
say
said
I
it's
haven't
coming to
seen it.
consoles and then crossplay is coming later.
I've been told from chat that people have said it, but I have not seen it officially.
No,
so
I'm pretty sure in their tweet it says that it's coming to all platforms on that day, and then crossplay will be coming a little later.
Okay.
Which is to be expected, because you can't engage crossplay right out the gate when you're testing a new game and betas and stuff like that. Like you gotta drop it on all the platforms, see how that runs, and then if everything seems to be running at least at 90-something%, then you flick that other switch and go from there. But yeah, no, crossplay will be huge. I mean, the only reason Warzone's as huge as it is because it does have crossplay.
Yeah.
Reason being is that you got someone like Nick Merckx who runs Modern Warfare on the highest settings on a beast mode PC, and he's a huge streamer. And then you got people that have, minimal normal Xboxes that like to play with their favorite creators, and they can because it's a crossplay game, and that makes it popular, and it makes it accessible to everybody. So yeah, crossplay will be huge. I'm not saying the game will be huge, but crossplay will sure as hell give them a big
if crossplay does it, but the game in general,
do we playing it?
Yeah.
You got 30 people that are willing to play it and get hyped about it because their favorite creator plays it and hypes it up.
Well, and that's how Fortnite is like one of the biggest things was crossplay. And
yeah, exactly. Fortnite, that's I should have said that. Fortnite actually did it first. So that's
But I mean, on launch on August 11th, it won't have that, but it is going to be out on consoles now for the first time, which it wasn't during all the tests. It was just on PC. So that was a lot of people were asking for it on consoles. We knew when it was coming out, and then I dealt with that even in my chats and all that. It's like, when is it coming to console? It's been announced. Like, calm the fuck down. Like, it's coming.
Well,
like, it's not right now.
What people don't realize is that when you have a multiplayer game that they're releasing to all consoles, a lot of times they'll do their beta or their bug testing on PC. Because that's where most of the bugs are going to be.
Well, it's easier to track all that kind of stuff. Like, it's easier to send an error code if I'm testing on alpha or beta. It's easier for me to send the files and all that, be like, here's where shit happened. on PC than somebody on Xbox and etc. And then they could kind of adjust for the consoles on the lower end, but they're able to encounter a lot more bugs, a lot more variation on the PC side of things.
Exactly.
So, I mean, that at 110% makes sense to me why they did it the way that they did it. I personally, as much as I want to see this game succeed as a battle royale, I really did enjoy playing this game. I think that the interactivity with chat, it's a very streamer focused game, and I'm okay with that. I love games embracing the modern day. Hey, streamers are a thing. Content creation is a thing. Let's allow, when you're playing this game, let's allow chat to interact with you. Let's build that rapport because, you're going to want to play this game because it allows you to interact with chat. The fact that you didn't even have to have somebody, like, you could literally set up a lobby that was subs only. Like, it was built from the ground up, like, hey, sub only parties, and people, if they were sub to your Twitch, could jump into your party and they could play with you. Like, all those things are great. I'm just hoping that this game, when it launches, it stays it's good, because a week and a half ago it was not anywhere near the top 15 on Twitch. It was not, it had already died. So it will,
because not everybody could play it either.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, and that's kind of more what I was getting at. Is like, is it because not everybody could play it, or is it because the hype for the game had already died? And that's how I feel. Like,
I think it's a combination of both, because the hype died because it was only on PC, and I mean, when you compare the amount of console players to PC players, there's going to be more console players because consoles are cheaper. And I think it's a combination of both, that people are like, oh, this game's cool, but fuck you, it's only on PC.
Yeah, I can't actually engage or play with my, favorite streamer, so I get that.
Yeah, it's gonna have that big wave spike of player base. Like, will it stay like on top? No. No. It's a new game. It still needs to add a lot of content.
Yeah. It definitely needs some work. I've said it before, like graphics and everything. Like, yes, it has the futuristic setting, but realistically, if you actually take a second to look at the graphics, despite it being fast paced, if you slow down for a second and look at it, it's not that graphically appealing.
It's gonna be there. It's gonna be fun. There's gonna be people that are gonna get addicted to it, and they're gonna stream it, and it's gonna keep it relevant. But to be honest, most of these games are popular based on who the top creators are that are hyping it up.
That's true.
Warzone is literally dominating everything, which has dethroned Fortnite, which nobody ever thought was gonna happen. But it has. It's just a fact. Like, nobody. You still have top streamers like, Summit, but he's playing MMOs. You got Nick Merck, who gets on and he's got 55,000 people watching him play Warzone. Tim the Tatman, and then Dr. Lupo plays like Tarkov on occasion, things like that. But like, yeah, Warzone is you see it everywhere. It's the most competitive, sweaty, crossplay, full squads. Like, I mean, even Apex is struggling pretty bad. Like, and that's it's just whoever's hyping up what's going to be popular. Like, it's just what it is. And I don't see Hyperscape taking over Warzone.
I don't think that they have. I mean, some people will try it. I don't know that they have the creator base to, and I could be wrong, but I don't think they have the creator base to really overstep Warzone. But I honestly hope that it makes it into a top 5 game. I really do. I want it. I
can see it being top 5, sure.
I was hopeful for it. It definitely needs work, but I really do like the game. I do.
I really liked it.
The problem with you though, Kdog, is you like a lot of games.
I do. Like, I like a lot.
You
of
like
games.
a lot of games, and you see potential in a lot of games. But
I'm also very critical of games. I'm like a 50-50. I see potential, but it's like, here's what they need to do.
Sword. You're very critical, but you also see such potential in dark places. Like, and it's like that, and that's but it's gonna be it'll probably be a top 5 for sure, but that's because it's like streamer interactive. It's new. It's gonna have a lot of support because there's a big publisher behind it. You're gonna have some people that are definitely gonna run it every so often, and everybody's gonna want, especially if they bring the crossplay, because then you're gonna have everybody playing it. But it's not gonna dethrone what's already.
I think if
it's not gonna dethrone Fortnite or Warzone or.
I think if it has any chance to survive, it needs to bring crossplay sooner rather than later, and it needs to get its servers online like better, because I had those issues with running solos, which obviously this is a squad-based game, but anytime I went into a solos match, I was constantly getting connection like warning errors, and I was constantly getting lag, and it was during beta.
Well, I never had those issues.
See, I did. I would be okay in squads. I went into the solo servers. Constant like, hey, lag, everything like that. So, and that could be, it could be where you're at, you were closer to the servers, but that says something, that, no worries. That says that, they need to bring more of those online, and sooner rather than later.
I think it's going to, like, I'm looking at the top 5 games on Twitch right now. Fall Guys, Just Chatting,
which is,
COD, League of Legends, Among Us, and Fortnite. Fall Guys, that's probably gonna last like another week, maybe 2 weeks.
I have it. I'm looking forward to playing it. Just Chatting that's not a game, so that doesn't count.
COD, League of Legends has always been big on Twitch.
League of Legends will always be, it's the biggest esports game.
So the 3 biggest games that are going to be constantly on top are going to be COD, League of Legends, Fortnite, Grand Theft Auto, Valorant, and World of Warcraft. I don't know about top 5. I'd say top 10.
Top 10, yeah. Okay, I could see that, yeah.
I think in the first like week or two, when it's fully released, top 5.
Yeah, first week, after that,
top 10.
And that's, I just hope that it sustains.
Horizon Zero Dawn in the top 10 right now.
Well, yeah, because it just launches today. It actually might have launched at midnight on PC. That's why.
Because there's one single person in there with 21K viewers.
Well, I think it launches today on PC, today or tomorrow.
Well, there's like a whole bunch of people streaming it. Okay, there's not that many, like under 20, but there's literally one with 21,000 viewers, and then the next one is 13.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
that's a rip.
That I mean, that happened on Mixer too.
I mean,
there's a lot of us that carried whatever you call it, directory. There we go. Yeah.
True. But Counter-Strike is always going to be big. Dota is going to be big on Twitch. Like Tarkov.
We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, and Tarkov's has held its own for a while.
I'm gonna say top 10. Like after the first week or two, and then it's just gonna go further down and further down and further down.
And I just hope that it doesn't die, because I think this game has a lot of potential.
I really liked it.
I liked it.
Agree.
I think content creators really liked it. I think it's whether or not viewers and people who want to play it continue to like it. I think this is a game that was more designed for content creators. I think if they just need to make the steps that make it great and allow for, because you can have some sexy plays in it. Like there's a lot of potential, and then the viewer interaction, there's a lot of potential there. It's just whether or not it has lasting power, and that's that's the gaming industry right now. It is what it is. So I would agree. I think top 10, and hopefully it'll stay there for a little bit. I think crossplay is needed sooner rather than later.
I think the crossplay, if they release the crossplay within a month,
a month to 2 months, it'll be okay. If they can't pull an Apex, they cannot wait a year plus to get crossplay out, because Apex is, I'm not saying Apex is dead, but Apex is, as much as I love it, it's not. If they had released 6 months ago the crossplay, Apex would be doing so much better right now.
Yeah.
But it's a rough, it's in a rough state. It's definitely in a rough state. As much as I love Apex, it needed to be there on top sooner rather than later. And I don't love, Modern Warfare, you know, but we're gonna talk about the update here in a second. But it's made changes and it's better and all that. And of course, Season 5 came out today. We're about to talk about that here in a minute. But it's you know, it's doing what it needs to do, and that's at the end of the day, that's what you need from a game and a gaming company. But yeah, so hopefully Hyperscape does what it needs to do. Will launch. Wait, I just flipped over my page. August 11th releases on all the consoles. So download that bad boy. It is a lot of fun. I will be playing it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to carrying undercard again.
I really liked it. Like
yeah,
really
it was a lot of fun.
Game.
Very fast paced.
It's like when somebody was like, okay, well, like, how is the fast pace? I'm like, dude, it's Apex on crack.
Yeah, it really is. I went back to Apex afterwards, and I'm like, am I really moving this slow? Is my gun actually put away? Like, I feel like I felt weird. I was like, oh wait, no, this is just how fast you move. And compared to Hyperscape, you are zooming around every fucking where. It's insane.
Yep.
So, hopefully that does well, and we'll be playing that, I'm sure, a lot of us on the 11th. Oh, I gotta click back over to fucking this because it's in MIU. Hold on. Wait. I fucking A. I hate that when I update the same day. Oh, I did it one too many times. Fall Guys. We just actually mentioned it on the top 5 right now. Came out this week.
It's number 1.
Yeah. It's the new physics-based battle royale, PC and PS4. Day 1 servers, of course, had issues, which, you know, is almost to be expected in this day and age with every game. But a lot of hype went up to it. If you're not familiar with the game, 60 players go into it, 5 rounds of kind of mini games. Very much, it's Wipeout as a BR. If you're not familiar with it. It looks like a lot of fun. I haven't personally gotten to play yet. I do have it on my my Steam page. I was thinking about maybe playing it tomorrow and checking it out. I've been hanging out with like Ryan and a couple other people who play it, and it looks like amusing fun. I don't know, like Charlie just said on the last topic, I don't know if it lasts or if this is just a passing thing. But right now it is number 1 on Twitch, and also free, if included, not free, but included on PlayStation Plus for August. So if you have PlayStation, you can download it and you can play it and check it out. And
I'm gonna check it out, but I'm gonna wait till I get my other PC though.
Yeah.
I wonder why they didn't release it to Xbox. Did they ever say why it's only PS4 and
It's just money. It's always money.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, it's some money, but I haven't seen anything that says one way or the other. I don't know enough about it to really say definitively. I'm sure it's a money thing.
Like Xbox has no reason to like say no to anybody. Like it's just sometimes
PS4 probably said, "Hey, yeah."
Yeah, like sometimes people approach people first, and people, as much as people don't want to believe it, sometimes in those conversations they go, "We want this."
Yeah,
like they'll do it like very like in those business meetings. They'll go like they won't say names directly, but in translation they go, "We don't want Xbox all over this. Like we want to be your partner. You know, what I mean, we want to be. You know, we think you have potential with us. Like I don't know, it's just business.
Yeah, we want your business. We want that console presence.
Well, how many
we want it to be.
Can you get into a game?
Well, it's 60 players in a lobby. I don't know. Like, I saw that you can have at least 3 people that you can play with. So, like, a squad of 3. I don't know if it can go bigger than that, though. That's the biggest I've seen. Like I said, I've yet to play it. I'm going to check it out tomorrow.
It's Gang Beasts, but huge.
Yeah.
It's literally what
but
it
with
is.
Gang Beasts, you can have, like, 8 players.
Yeah, you can have way more than that in this. You can have so
this
many.
is a 60-person lobby.
It's different game modes, different things. There's so many different little modes and ways of doing things. Like it's just Gang Beast with like crank to 11 basically, and funny, and it's fun because everybody can just jump in, and it's just, you know, it's definitely a community game. It's just a funny game. It's a fun physics game. It's obviously stupidly adorable for no fucking reason. You know, it's little jelly beans and weird outfits or whatever. Like, you know, people love that shit right now. You know, and it's like. But it's cool. I want to check it out. I just want to wait till I get my other PC before I stream it. But if it's exclusive anywhere, yeah, it just means somebody These companies have the money,
paid for
especially
it.
if it's a smaller developer. Like if you
PlayStation gave them enough money.
Yeah, if you decline an offer that's gonna help your development, you can't really say no unless you're just so adamant about making sure your community is, getting the content everywhere. And that's different. Like if you go, no, we want this everywhere because we love our fans.
Yeah.
But if you're a growing developer and Sony offers you $10 billion to make sure that it's exclusive with them for 2 years,
fuck yeah, you're gonna side with them. Yeah,
because that means that you can now make your dream even more of a reality and even bigger. Like you're willing to sacrifice time of Xbox people not playing it to develop and add content to the game, to where after the contract is over, then you can move it to Xbox and then you have a fully fleshed game. But it might be too late too. People might already be over it. So it's everything's just always like this double-edged sword in this business. Like, and it's just but I want to check it out. I just want to wait till I get the other PC, and I think it'll be a fun like community game, like viewer streamer game.
And that's how I kind of see it. Like this is a more like simple community fun game, similar to like a Gang Beast. Like, and I can't stand Gang Beast and that type of thing, like the physics of it. But this I don't mind because I've like watched something like this. Like I have a goal. Like kind of like, and it's a wipeout thing, whereas like Gang Beasts, like this the physics kind of thing, like, and just everybody just a little mini fighting arena. Like
yeah, I mean when we play, me and Bo used to play Gang Beasts for Sub Sundays, and we always had so much fun.
Yeah. I need to play it with friends. Like I have it, but like that's always like kind of my thing. Is like I got to play with friends, but I get annoyed. I would get annoyed at Gang Beasts because I don't know. I want a goal, and that's what like Fall Guys is like. Okay, I'm trying to win a mini game. I'm trying to get through the whatever you call it, the course and all that kind of stuff. So that's I'm excited for that side of it. I don't know how much I personally will play, just because like physics games like Gang Beasts, because we call them physics games, but they're not. They literally are the like they don't follow physics.
Games.
Yeah, we call them physics games, but they're not following physics, and that's what bothers me. I'm like, this should not happen. Like, why is this a thing?
Yeah.
And that's what annoys me. I'm like, why is my arm doing this? Like, that's not a thing.
I remember dragging Bo around on it wasn't Gang Beasts. What was the other one?
It's I don't know. I know what you're talking about though.
Well, there was Gang Beasts, and there was
Human Fall Flat.
Yeah.
Dragging him around. I love that game.
Yeah, like Paddlin just said in my chat is that you get to go off and there's the starting line of 60 people, and then you just get to watch a whole bunch of like what I imagine to be like drunk fat guys like falling over on this starting line. Like that's how I imagine it, and that's amusing to me, and just watching everybody stumble over each other, and I like that. So we'll see.
I've watched it. It looks fun, and it looks fun because sometimes you gotta narrow down your standards and just have fun with some random bullshit physics, if you will. Yeah,
quote unquote physics. That's one of my annoyances. Like, this is not physics. Like, but we call it physics games, but they're not.
Yeah, and they're just called that because it's just at the core, it's just turning all the physics to a certain level and letting them let loose. So you call it a physics game, but I guess you could say when we call it a physics game, we don't mean physics to the realist degree. It's physics because this is shit you don't normally see.
Yeah,
I mean, we play Valorant, a guy dies and they statically fall and flat to the ground, or something like that. Like, so it's just it looks fun though. I mean, I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Yeah, I own it. I'll be checking it out, here in the next couple days. Should be fun. I mean, we'll see.
I might download it tonight and.
It's fun. I can tell you right now, it's fun. I mean, it's just like I said, it's just one of those games that you boot up, everybody can join in, and just watch stupid shit happen on screen.
So I saw Paddling just something on my side as well, and that's something that I read is I don't know if they were trying to do it on PC or not, but PS4 definitely has connectivity issues because of their servers and all that. I'm curious how stable it is on PC, and if that's an issue moving forward for a game like this, like how long will people be willing to put up with connectivity issues? Which is always something in these games.
Well, it's beta or whatever until it comes out, or now it's out.
No, it's out now. So
yeah, now, but it was in beta, and also a lot of creators were given a lot of, you know,
yeah
opportunity to promote it. So
yeah, and the thing is like there were creators who partners, even Twitch partners and regular creators like affiliates who were given codes to give out to their communities, and then there's a group who they had to shut it down. Like Fall Guys said, nope, we're done, and everything shut down until release day because there were a group of Twitch partners and affiliates who sold the codes.
of course
You had to sub. And they were given like 200 codes each or something like that. Like they were given a lot of codes.
Yeah.
And they were like, nope, you have to sub to get the code. So they were selling it, which is against the rules like that they signed when given the codes. And Fall Guys was like, yeah, no, fuck this. Like we're shutting it down. And and I mean, that was, 2 days ago before the actual release of the game. And I feel like Fall Guys should have outed those people, to be completely honest, but I'm not a nice person.
What are you talking about? You're such a sweet, nice person.
No.
You're the nicest person I know.
Don't lie to people.
But yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. I know, like we say in chat, that a couple people have played it. I don't know. I'm going to check it out. It is out now on PC and PlayStation 4. Of course, if you have PS Plus. It is free on your PS, it's out on PS Plus for August. So if you have your PlayStation version of Xbox Live Gold, you get that as one of your free games this month. So download it, check it out, and let us know. And we'll be, I think all of us seem like we might check it out in the near future since it is quite the rage right now. All of us have checked it out on other people's streams, so you might see that in the near future from all of us. I'm just excited to rock my Gordon Freeman head crab on my character because it's Half-Life, and I love my.
I did see that.
Yeah. I need my head crab. I haven't opened it up though, so I hope that I got it because I got it like just before like the pre-order technically ended. So I better have my Gordon Freeman head crab because that was half the reason why I actually bought it. I was like, oh, I can support Half-Life because yeah, great. Anyways, moving on. Today dropped for all of you guys who actually still play the game. I still every once in a while, of course. Season 5 of Warzone. I know Charlie absolutely loves this game. Every once in a while, I feel like Undercard may play it out of the blue, but
I haven't touched it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I tried
like
bribing him to play it. Like we played it.
I would say I don't know the last time. Yeah, that's what I said. Like I feel like there was one day like not too long ago, but overall like.
Yeah, no, that was me, and I was playing it, and I tried to get him to play it with me and I played it for like 2 days, and he refused.
It's gotten a lot better than it used to be. I will say that.
I think it's super fun. That's the problem. That's why I'm not playing it because there's already games that I want to be better at, but there's games that I don't see. I guess I don't know. I see Warzone being fun, but I don't see the point of me pouring so much time into it because I am kind of picky. Like I play Apex because I really like Apex's personality. I like everything about Apex. I like how it came out. I like how it showed up. I like how they've done everything so far. I mean, I still think they should do some things differently, but when I look at Warzone, I see a great game. I love like all the realistic guns and like just the Call of Duty satisfying kill. And like, I think the BR is very good. It's better than the whole game in general. I mean, the campaign's cool and all that, but I also know Call of Duty and I know what it does to the human brain. So it's like
which turns it to mush.
It's just
toxic.
So like unless if you're competitive, like if you're a top creator being competitive with it, that's your content. Like that's not my content. It's just not. If people want it to be my content, I could probably make it that, but I just don't want it to be. There's just certain games that I do want to enjoy as a streamer. I don't want to be a streamer that plays because it's what everybody wants me to play or is the only thing being viewed to be played. I want to play what I enjoy and I want to reflect my personality in what I enjoy and talk about what I enjoy. So I'm willing to sacrifice that, game to hype up other games that I would like people to look at, or you know, see it in a different light, if you will, or something. I mean, it's just, but Warzone's fun. I said it when it came out. When it first came out, I was like, this is really addicting.
And there's nothing wrong with anything you said, because you know I'm kind of the same way. I agree 110%. I will say that I had issues with Warzone when it came out. It was addicting, but it definitely had a lot of issues. It is a better game now than it was 4 months ago or whenever it came out.
I still hate it. I still hate it.
It's still a, you know, it's still a love hate.
Talking about trying to get me to play for.
Oh yeah, I still kind of hate it too.
Play a game with you.
There's plenty of games you could have played. Me and Kdog were probably playing a game while you were sitting there yelling at me to play Warzone.
I was like, hey, okay, you don't want to play Warzone, let's play Valorant. You're like, imagine playing Valorant right now.
That is not what I said. I said,
oh, yes, it is.
No.
I can pull up the VOD, sir.
Pull it up. I'm probably right, like I am 90% of the time.
No, you're not.
No, I remember what I said in your chat. I said, I think I kept showing up and going like, oh, Warzone, how fun. And then I was like, not. Like, I don't know. I was just being trolly, but
hey, remember 2 hours and 20 minutes ago when I talked about mom and dad fighting everybody?
She starts it. Because she raises her voice to a point.
Guys, you're so...
What?
You're such an asshole.
Oh, that's what it is, right?
You're like, oh yeah, I was showing up in her chat every few minutes and was like, oh, imagine playing Warzone.
Yeah, I just admitted that. That do I do that? I do none of that.
Yes, not on stream.
No, I never do that.
Sir,
you love doing that.
I have plenty of screenshots of you doing it.
I do really like Warzone though. Like, and I you know what's even weirder? I actually enjoy watching it too. That's even weirder. Like, I actually like don't mind seeing like people frag out on it. Like, it just even.
I'll sit there and watch fucking Stone play that shit all day, but I love Stone either way. But
them dropping kills, it looks so satisfying. Like, it just has that satisfying feel to it, and it's like, and that's all I can say about it is like, I enjoy watching it, I enjoy playing it, but there's something that's just making me not jump into it. I don't know. I still might play it here and there, might give it a shot, but like, there's other games though that are making me more. I don't know. Like, it's kind of like, and I use this example a lot. It's like seeing someone like Summit play Elder Scrolls Online, or what is he playing right now? Guild Wars 2. You know, like he's
playing Guild Wars. Oh.
He's just like, he's just playing these games that he just wants to play and chill to and enjoy and like put his mind into a place
so much better than Guild Wars.
It's enjoyable to him, and it's like, and that's kind of where I'm at. I just, especially during all this shit going on in this year, like these are games that when I play them, I really enjoy investing the time into them, which we have no time for all the games. I mean, Jesus Christ, we have Warzone, Hyperscape, Apex Legends, Valorant.
Oh yeah, that's a topic that we always, I will personally testify to. It's like every day it's like, fuck, there's all these different games. Like, I don't know what to play, not because I don't have games to play, but it's like, which one do I play? It's like, and fuck.
It's difficult, and I don't know. I think it just, at some point you kind of have to narrow down what games you want to put a little bit of time into, or even money into. You know, like, I feel like Valorant. There's a lot of things about Valorant that, you know, it's not like some full-fledged game, but there are enough things about Valorant where I choose to put the time in because I want to get better. So it's like, then I'm playing Destiny now. Like, why am I playing Destiny now? Well, I don't know, because it feels nice to like relax a little more and just play, and also as a streamer, you know, kind of talk to chat a little more and just relax and things like that, and maybe game with other people that haven't played games with me most recently, but they play a lot of Destiny, so now I'm playing with them, you know what I mean, like things like that. And you know, Apex, I have not played any of this season of Apex, and I thought I was going to, but I don't know, I just veered away. I still love Apex. I can't wait to see what else they announce, whatever comes in the new season, all that stuff, like, because I love Apex, but I'm just taking some weird break from it, and that's just the gaming
moral
world
of the story
we're in right
is that we're gonna all play Modern Warfare together, and you know, Undercard is gonna either get hooked or he's never gonna do it again.
Because at least then I can run it like super, you know, actually amazingly. And but I've been watching videos on it. Shit, I saw a video today. I don't know, this chick on Twitter. She's, I don't know, a big Warzone player, but she posted a video how, I guess, since Warzone has come out, she's been begging for them to add weapon inspection, because you have all these badass skins and badass realistic guns but you cannot even look at them. You can't like just do a simple like look at your gun that you just got Damascus on or whatever. Well, I guess in this season they added it. Now you can inspect your weapon mid gameplay, which that kind of stupid little shit I like. That should have been in their day one, but
yeah.
So I don't know. I'm sure I'll still check it out. I mean, luckily it's free to play, so I can't give it any shit. There's something in my bones somewhere that's like when Charlie was playing, she was like, come play. I'm like, I don't want to play it. I don't.
That was like, me for a good like 2 months. Like I tried it when it first came out, and then I just didn't like it. And I went back to it. It has gotten better, and I don't hate it. And there's been a couple times where I was like, I just want to go play Warzone because it's mindless and whatever.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Like I've never.
I just like blowing Nelly up in a car.
I can say I hate Fortnite.
Yeah, I played, with Charlie or whatever that one night, or whatever, 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, whatever. But season 5 did drop today. The big things from it, honestly, it has changed the map. So the big things from it dropping today, the stadium has opened up. So stadium now is open from the inside. You can't camp out on top of the stadium anymore. There's a whole area inside, concessions areas, being able to get up on the little rafters. So there's a whole inside area to the stadium. And also the train station area has an inside as well now. So they have kind of...
I don't even know what the fuck the train station is. I know where the stadium is.
It's over like bottom left kind of area. I don't know. Train station, but now there's an inside.
4 times.
Yeah.
I played Warzone 4 times.
It's like there's airport, then like train stations kind of like down here. It's like
so many locations.
It's like bottom left.
2 times that I won, I was dead and having a 45-minute hiccup giggle fit because I died in like the stupidest fucking ways.
That sounds about right. That's on brand. On brand.
So fall damage, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay, look, I was trying to parachute through the gulag.
Oh, I just threw that out there as like I pulled it right out of my ass and I threw it in the air as a guess, and she just confirmed.
She just confirmed that it was actually fall damage. That's great.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm good.
But yes.
You were playing with me when it happened. What do you mean?
I don't remember.
Of course not. You remember nothing.
He starts it, dude. Like, I'm telling you.
Anyways, before we get off on another tangent, no. So train station and stadium both are open now, so you can get inside on train station, all the little like kind of avenues, nooks and crannies. Stadium, that's the bigger one, has a whole inside camp area. There's tents, there's all this kind of stuff. So the roof was blown off of that. But there's a stairwells areas, all where the concession stands are. So there's quite a bit to stadium itself. Also, there is a train that is very reminiscent of the Apex train from what I'm seeing from reviews. I have not played it since it launched today. I don't know if anybody in either of the chats can confirm nor deny, but it seems like it's the Apex train. Like, it goes around.
Pretty much the same
it goes around a part of the map, but it also, from what I'm reading and what I'm seeing, it might actually have like mounted guns and shit on it. We'll
sure
see. So I just got brought a cat toy. Somebody wants to play. Literally, this just ended up on my desk in front of me. Hi. There you go. Go get that. Anyways, so train has mounted things, and the other big update is that there are now extension repelling lines on the outside of taller buildings. So where before you would the only way to get up to the top of those really tall buildings was to go up elevator shafts. I guess a lot of those now, or some of the higher buildings, will now have alternate ways to get up them on the outside, because they're going to have like mounted grapple rappel points, which is kind of cool. That's something, because it was very annoying. Like if somebody was on the roof, the only way up to them was if you went up the elevator shaft and they could just C4 it or claymore it, etc., and just cover that one angle. So now it's just giving a little bit of more counter to those people sitting on those high elevations. There's some multiplayer updates. Nobody really cares about multiplayer at all. I don't think that plays this anymore, realistically. I think everybody just plays Warzone.
I mean, there is people like
there's a couple, but
yeah, they mention they do it, and it's like, I think that's like that old school Call of Duty kind of addiction. You know, you run in and you just 40 bombs.
Yeah, just click and
hold. Do you even know what a 40 bomb on COD looks like?
So yeah, Warzone's pretty cool. I was just thinking, I was like, what is the name of this YouTube gonna be, Kdog? I know you always come up with something.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's
figure
gonna be mom
yeah,
fighting
yeah,
again, not
something like that. That's definitely gonna be like, you
I was
know,
thinking like that whole time. I was like thinking
yeah,
like, what is this gonna be?
it's gonna be like, you know,
Notice how he didn't answer.
I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
That much. I mean, I can tell you multiplayer. I do know what a 40 bomb is. Like, it's not hard to get kills in Call of Duty multiplayer. Like, you can have a good class, you can go off, and that's that.
You're not bun.
I didn't say I was bun. When did I say I was bun?
Just saying. Probably don't know what a 40 bomb in multiplayer.
Oh, that's I forgot. Yeah.
Anyways, moving right along. Season 5, Warzone, dropped today. So for those of you guys that love COD and Warzone, you have to update it, and it's probably like a 200 gig update because it's fucking Warzone, and that's what it does.
I actually heard it was smaller than usual.
Oh, well, story of my life. Anyways, moving right along. Last official topic.
Charlie? Evan? Oh, okay.
I ain't touching that one.
Also the story of my life.
Knowledge, so.
Anyways, so Warzone, of course, dropped today. And yesterday, we had the lovely drop of a game we actually all play, which is Valorant. Valorant update came out yesterday. New Act 2 just launched. A lot of big things for that. The largest thing is the new agent, which Charlie pointed out to me, which I thought she was really cute. And then Charlie pointed out that it's Brittany in game form, and that made me feel really awkward. But if you have not seen the new agent, that's her there. It looks like Brittany, 110%. I see it now. It's
Brittany.
I can see it now, and I'm just like, well, that's just awkward. But
I'm telling COVID.
I know. I'm gonna be like, I didn't know, man. I didn't know at the time. Brittany, so former Mixer and now Twitch partner, one of the bigger people. They got their partnership and all that kind of stuff. So, but agent updates. Killjoy comes in. She's kind of like a Cypher, a female Cypher. The couple big things about her are she has. Wait, let me. Oh, they don't have her skill list on this exact thing. Hold on, let me see if I do it. So she has her actual turret, which you can place down and you can retract it anywhere. It's a low damage turret. It's mainly more of a distraction, kind of, from what I've seen, just to kind of fuck with you. Has a 3-round burst, like 6 to 10 damage, I think, is the official damage count for it. But it's a little simple burst that you can put down the turret anywhere, and when it sees somebody in a 180-degree cone, it will be like, hey, I'm gonna attack them. You're gonna attack them? But it's a nice little kind of hold for an area. I see it more as not a damaging thing, but as a noticing enemies kind of thing. Also, she has her alarm bot, which, for those of you guys that are familiar with Raze, actually Raze's little Roomba is a converted alarm bot. We've talked about that before. That's actually, according to lore, Raze took one of the Killjoy's alarm bots and made it into a little on wheels kind of thing. So it's kind of the same thing. It sits there invis, and then it goes off when somebody's near it. And then she has a nano swarm, nanobot grenade that she can activate, similar to a Cypher trap. And then she has her ult, which we'll talk about in a second. But the first 3 abilities, we played with them yesterday. Undercard, obviously. Played with you. Charlie played as well. What do you guys think of her so far and her abilities?
I haven't really played against her. I think we had one game where we played against her. So I don't know.
I think she's pretty cool. I mean, it's just another Cypher, just in a different form.
Yeah.
And but I mean, I don't know if I have like a full-on opinion, because I like Charlie was saying, I haven't played against her enough. But I mean, I still get the gist of most things, and there's some scenarios I've been in where I can see like what her abilities can do and can't do. But I mean, as far as what I think of her, I mean, I think she's not. I don't know, not game breaking, but then again, I don't play at like such, high ranked levels of like some of the, you know, like some people, like some creators online and stuff. So I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there'll be some like changes, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean, as of right now, I think she's pretty cool though. I mean, I actually am interested to try her out though, just because I never tried Cypher, so I'm gonna try out her and just see what I can do. I've never really used like a utility character, so I'd like to try and see what she's like to use, basically.
Yeah, I think she has, you know, a lot of people were very scared of her on paper come last week and saying that she was overpowered. And already, you know, within a day of her coming out, I think people are like, okay, she's not that
crickets.
bad.
Yeah, it's
You know,
just straight crickets.
Yeah, which is like what I said was going to happen, and what even their official Twitter said was going to happen, because they were like, hey, if you saw Cypher on paper, you know, right now, if Cypher were to come out, you'd be like, holy fuck, this guy is OP. But, you know, realistically, in actual gameplay, there's a lot of factors that go in, and a lot of people that have different attributes to them, you know, and and different counters to them as well. Like, she is very counterable. Yes, she has a turret, but it's more like a distraction. And, you know, she's one of those that plays off of her abilities. And at the end of the day, whether or not you can land the headshot is what matters, you know? I think her abilities, like I said, the alarm bot is awesome. I think the turret is a great distraction. That nano grenade, I think, is probably one of the best abilities, because it's for a utility character. The difference between her and Cypher, honestly, is that nanobot grenade. Being able to like throw that bad boy and have it be like a raise grenade. It's not exactly the same, but having an actual damaging ability,
it's pretty nasty,
is pretty good, and it has a wide range. So she has a little bit, like, she has, you know, a little bit more damage than, like, say, Cypher does. The other main thing is that she has her ultimate. So the thing about her ultimate, it spans the width of your spike, like when it explodes. So you have, that's your AoE factor for it. So what it is that she plants kind of this module, whatever thing that's going to explode. Essentially, it's like an EMP device. She plants it. It takes 13 seconds to activate. And then any enemies that are caught in that circle, you can see where it is on the map. It's the same radius from the center as your normal spike explosion. Any enemies that are caught inside that circle, when it goes off, are slowed and immobilized.
They can't do anything.
Yeah, they can't do shit for...
You basically just have your hands out for 8 seconds, and you can't use any abilities.
8 seconds, you're dead in the water if you're inside that circle. So it's a great holding ability. Like, the way that it's countered is that it takes 13 seconds to spawn, to pop. You don't have to be in it. You know, if you're not in it, if you're right next to it, it pops, and then you push in, you're good. It's not a lasting. It's just like one quick EMP pulse. As it's spawning, you could shoot it. You know, 13 seconds is a long time. And you see on the map where the center point is. And that's where, you know, that's something that I didn't realize was going to be a thing, that I think is a huge counter to it as well. Is I did that a couple times against her, where it's like I saw where it was coming from, and I was worried. I was like, I'll press up into where these enemies are to cancel that ult, because I can shoot that and destroy the little bot that's creating it before it actually goes off. Because everybody on both sides gets a notification from it. That being said, I do think it's a great ult. It has good counterability, but the control factor of it, both on offense and defense, is amazing. You know, it definitely brings a lot of utility. You plant spike and plant that ult, you know, at the same time or whatever, start to plant the ult as if somebody's planting the spike, you're holding off on defense, you know, quite a bit for a while, which is nice. On attack, you can, you know, or that's, you know, when you're holding off on defense against the, you know, when you're attacking and holding it off. But on defense, if you're worried about, if you're getting hard pressed on site, like, and say they're rushing A and you are there and you're waiting for your team to converge on you, fucking pop that ult. That's going to slow down the attacking team.
Yeah.
At least long enough for your team to get there. So a lot of potential utility for her as we get her in the game. I like her.
You're just gonna have to find good hidey holes for that, for her little thing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, 13 seconds, 13 seconds is a long time in Valorant. You know, it really is. A lot happens. The matches are only a minute 30, a minute 45 seconds each round at max. Yep. And they really normally don't go that long. Let's be honest. So a lot can happen in 13 seconds. So
I mean, for us, for players like us, I feel like we're not gonna. I think she's fair, but if you really want to see what possibly could be OP about her or not OP about her, go watch some high-ranked people playing.
Oh, and that's the I'm curious to see.
They're the ones that are like you'll watch a stream or a YouTube video and like just like go watch Hiko or whatever, the dude that's on 100 Thieves. Him, if you go watch him and his team play, like he could call out problems with her in about 10 seconds because the way they play that it's so aggressive. I mean, they're all immortal and radiant. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like you watch their games and then you start to see like how possibly OP her abilities are, even though we're speaking as if they really aren't, because I don't think they are. But then again, I'm not such a high ranked player and I'm not in those kind of aggressive matches like that, and my skills aren't to that par. Like, but when I go watch them, I see some of the stuff they're doing and I'm like, damn.
Yeah, and that's,
it's just two different worlds
and
almost.
So far, I think Riot has been very good. That's why, like, a lot of people on the lower levels were complaining about Reyna when Reyna came out. They're like, oh, she's OP. But if you went into the higher lobbies, like, even when I was playing in my plat lobbies, you didn't see Reyna as much because Reyna is only viable if she's getting kills. And in those higher level lobbies, you don't have one person dropping a 40 bomb. You have a trade here, a trade there, maybe getting like 3-piece, but you normally don't have one person dropping a 40 bomb, which Reyna, she's only, her whole kit is based off of her getting kills and being able to chain off of those kills. So yeah, she was strong in lower levels, but on higher levels, she wasn't really utilized nearly as much. So and they've done a good job about balancing that. If they nerfed Reyna, she would never be used in higher levels at all. And, and like Undercard just said, I'm curious to see how she plays out on the different levels. I'm going to be checking out, watching Ace, watching, a couple other people, Shroud, if he fucking comes back and is playing it. We're going to be checking it, we're going to check out if he's like playing, what he's playing, if he's playing Valorant, what exactly is the thing.
Everybody knows what's up. But
I don't want to say something, but I assume as well. I think Valorant is where he's hanging his hat. We'll see. But yeah, the difference, like they just said, in skill level, even, I could tell when I was playing in those plat diamond lobbies to gold to silver, just the different play styles, it does make a difference. And the characters make a difference on every level. So how this character integrates right now, I think that she's going to be a lot of fun to play. I cannot wait to unlock her because I liked Cypher. I played as Cypher a little bit, but, I love my Omen. I really do, but I could see myself playing her a lot in, like, ranked games or whatever. Nobody's playing her just because I see a lot of utility potential and misdirection from her alarm bots, from the turrets, just throwing people off and then peeking off of those turrets, like that kind of thing. Because whereas Cypher's tripwires, you can hear them as you're walking up and destroy them or past them. There's an alarm bot and you walk out. You have no idea until you walk into the line of view of that alarm bot
I don't know for sure. Like,
turret.
There's a lot of weird audio for all of them. Like, I don't know about the alarm bot, but
the turret. I don't know.
The turret has an audio cue that you can hear through the walls that you know it's there. I do know that either the grenade or the alarm bot, one of them, if you approach it slow enough, it does like a Cypher thing. I don't know which one it is. I'll have to test it, but I definitely know that once you get up close enough to it, it starts to do like a humming or
and that's kind of like my thing. I feel like there has to be some kind of noise or something, but I we'll see if it's prevalent enough, because the Cypher thing, you figure you have to be right up on top of it, but it's just a tripwire that when you cross it. Whereas we'll see if the alarm bot, if you have to be close to it, but you may already be in the radius of that alarm bot by the time you kind of hear it and then have to back off, or the grenade. Like, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I haven't gotten around to playing around with her yet. So, I don't know. I'm excited to play her. The other notes for this patch, Raze got adjusted. And also right now, as of yesterday, I haven't loaded in today, but she was pulled off of the playlist. So you could not play. She is back today. Okay.
Yeah, he's playing right now.
He's like, I'm playing right now. God damn it. So she was off yesterday. But so they adjusted her ultimate. They upped the equip time to 1.4 seconds from 1.1 to make it a little bit longer. They also reduced the visual effects of when she launches her rocket.
Wait, they did what? What was the one you said before that one? What did they do?
Her showstopper ultimate. So when she pulls it out, it takes a little bit longer to pull out. Fun fact. Yeah, exactly. It takes longer to pull out now.
No comment.
Yep. So quick equip time. Yeah. So it's just a little bit more to give her a little bit more counter ability on her ult, and also being able to shoot her and counter. If she does shoot that rocket, you aren't just blinded by all of the shit on your screen. You could still see her. So they reduced the visual effects of her rocket coming at you pretty much, and the rocket's trail, which was very all over the place. They also decreased the damage of blast packs from 75 to 50, and damage to objects is now consistently 600. So like Sage's walls and all that is now consistently 600. That's really about it. They adjusted the competitive, which we've talked about before, but they just kind of went through with that. I talked about that last week to make that appropriate. And then, of course, today did launch the deathmatch mode as well. So that is something I'm excited for. There is now a every man for himself, unlimited money. You just load in, you buy whatever you want. You can drop in, drop out of matches. There's no penalties. Deathmatch mode, which is going to be so much better than Spike Rush. It's going to be a great warming up feature. I cannot wait. I'm not going to be a deathmatch main, but I think that that is something that the game needed, was a viable way just to get in, to frag out, kind of get warmed up a little bit, and just go about until you get into an actual match. Because Spike Rush didn't really do that.
Yeah, no, I like you said, it's a great warm up, which I think is what it's designed to be. Spike Rush, I think it's still fun because you can still play it out slowly. You just are stuck with the guns you have, but at least you can still do some ability practice. Like with the deathmatch, you're not gonna be able to do any ability practice.
Yeah, you're just warming up your flicks. You're just running around. You're buying, okay, I'm going to practice. I'm going to warm up with the Vandal. You just buy the Vandal when you get in, run around, and just click. And whatever happens, happens. And I think that's the best part about it. I'm excited. That launched today. Is it live now, Undercard, since you're... Okay.
Yeah, it's like I've been checking it out, and it's just like, it's literally, it almost feels like it's just, like Spike Rush still feels like a mode, because... It's like sometimes, like there's times where I'll play Spike Rush and I forget I'm playing Spike Rush. like I'm like approaching.
Dude, if I load in with like a classic, if the classic is the gun, I start pressing B to like buy when I'm on site. I'm like, oh yeah, fuck, I'm in Spike Rush.
That, but like I still feel like I'm honing in, trying to get the objective done. Like the deathmatch just feels almost like I'm trying to think of a comparison, like almost like a BR beginning lobby.
Yeah, you're just
like you know what I mean. You're just like Warzone's lobby when you load in. You're just running around taking shots at people and shit. And like that's what the deathmatch feels like. It just feels like you jump in, you practice your head clicks, and then you leave, and it doesn't give you nearly any XP. But that's not really the point. It's just meant for you to get that warm up with those weapons you choose to try. You know, instead of being in practice range or whatever.
Yeah, get those head clicks with the Vandal. You know, forget about the Spectre, which I don't know why. I don't know what they did to the Spectre, man, but it just does not feel the same.
Started. We're not going to talk about it.
It does not feel the same.
It's dead to us.
What's wrong with the Spectre?
It just doesn't feel the same. It's dead to us.
They threw a secret patch under our noses and we didn't know about it.
It don't do a good job.
It just doesn't do the damage like it felt like it used to.
Yeah, I used to be able to like do something with the Spectre. Now I have to land 7 body shots to kill somebody, and it's just...
What, Baba?
It's unfortunate. She talking to you or the dog?
Hey, dog.
Could go either way. Yeah, but Valorant, of course, always a winner of mine. I do like the new ranked system changes. Like, so it's going to be your ranked wins are going to be like fill up a triangle, and you'll be able to see, even though you're gold 1, you'll be able to see the assortment of wins that person has, like whether or not it's mainly plat, whether it's mainly silver wins. Like their top 9 wins are going to be prevalent on there.
It's very interesting looking.
Yeah. Which is kind of cool.
I don't know if I love it, but then again, I like it just because I do always enjoy more detail in what
Yeah,
you
it's
do.
like, okay, how do you know, this is why you deserve that rank or whatever. Like, your best games are this. You know, I may be silver 1 or something like that, but I've won 5 plat games, and they're gonna be like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I lost a lot. But
yeah,
you're
like the custom border for, you know, just general play time. You know, if you're just a grinder, like it's just gonna reflect that. Like anything that reflects how much you play the game, I'm always
exactly
for,
yeah,
like...
and it reflects exactly what you've won, what you've put in, and I think that's how games should be. So
just weird how they did it. Like it just looks weird.
yes. So somebody just did something for Charlie. I don't know. I just heard it. I hear more noises. And again.
I have it turned down. I don't know how y'all are hearing it.
Oh, it's loud.
It's
like I'm getting
yeah, I would say there is no turning down whatsoever. It is.
We just have trolls. And they're after I ban them, they're following, so.
Oh, that's nice of them. Hi, trolls.
Talk about something interesting like porn.
What's wrong with OrangeTube? That's my favorite site besides Twitch. Anyways, that being said, I just noticed that you have a little Twitch hoodie on undercard. Aren't you adorable?
I was gonna wear mine that looks exactly like that, and I am so glad I fucking didn't.
Yeah, that would have been awkward.
That would look weird.
Would have been Twinkies.
Would have looked more like mom and dad.
I'm okay with this.
Anyways, that is it for the official kind of topics tonight. Yeah, this OrangeTube, it's a great site. It's a great site. You should check it out. Highly recommend. Anyways, I don't know what else really there is to say about anything. I don't see anything in the Discord. So, chats, speak now or forever hold your peace. Otherwise, we'll kind of go into closing duties and moving right along. Of course, Kdog, you guys know me. You'll see this on YouTube later. Go subscribe to YouTube. You do the whole like, follow, subscribe thing on YouTube. I don't know that nomenclature yet, but there's videos and they're funny, and Undercard likes them. I make him watch them because he's in them.
I haven't watched the recent one. I saw you upload it.
Well, that was just like that one wasn't as edited though. I did put one up today that's like a 3v5 that actually was really good, but it's not as edited. The other ones are like good edited. They're not just like clips. That's my biggest, like my probably biggest annoyance with like a lot of people that came over from Mixer and all that. Like they're like, oh yeah, I have a YouTube, and all it is just a clip compilation. No real editing. No nothing. It's just a compilation of their clips, and that for me that drives me nuts. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I need to have just a little bit of editing to it, which you know I do, and everything else. Just straight up clips back to back for 10 minutes just drives me insane. Either way, yeah, it's right there. Yeah, go like the videos. They're amusing. I enjoy them. I make lots of funny jokes. We got the video that Undercard was talking about was especially funny when JoJo went on her ranch kind of tangent about. Yeah, we're just go watch the video. Anyways, moving right along. Undercard, where and when can everybody find you?
It's
updated now beneath you, so don't give me shit.
Correct socials at Undercard TV.
Yeah.
Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff, and YouTube.
And the Undercard on Twitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tuesday.
Whenever we're feeling like it.
Every day except for Monday and Friday.
That's the plan, but
I was saying, like,
the world seems to be turning right now.
Yeah, I think I know your schedule kind of a little bit.
No, you're right. That is my schedule.
Yeah, I was like,
just with everything going on, we're just kind of all over the place right now. But we're there.
Got it. Charlie, where and when can everybody find your beautiful face?
iCharlieTV on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. iCharlie on Discord. Discord.gg/iCharlie, and whatever the fuck I feel like it. I don't know. Whenever I wake up, like an hour after I wake up, I've embraced my crap sleeping schedule.
Yeah.
And
so follow the socials.
Yeah, follow my socials because I there's no stream schedule. I wake up, I get ready, and I stream, and that's it.
Yeah, do the thing, and make sure you're chatting in the Discord because you need that. every week.
Because
That's
I'm a
new.
Discord partner.
Yeah.
I'm a Discord partner, so I need.
I didn't even want to get onto that subject this week, but yeah, that's a thing.
Must be nice.
Chat in her Discord, guys. Chat in all of our Discords. We appreciate it. We really do.
Fill my ears with
just chat random shit. Just fucking
I don't have and not used to anyways.
Yeah,
so.
just
well, the new thing with the Discord partner is that
50, I think, unique is what I saw.
50 unique, and then 100. Hold on, I have it here.
Either way, the Discord partners their Discords have to be very active every week to maintain being partners.
Yeah.
They partnered a shit ton of people, and now they're going shit.
No,
yeah, we don't have the server space.
They shut down the partner thing. Right
because they partnered so many people.
Yeah,
that's why it hasn't opened up in 2 years.
Yeah, they partnered too many people, and now they realize, fuck, we have too much server dedicated.
Twitter and see tweets of people going, "Hey, Discord, when are you gonna apply for a partner for the last however long?" And it's because out the gate they partnered so many Discord people, and now they're looking at their numbers and everything else, and all the free features they're using for people that probably don't even utilize their Discords to that potential that they thought they would, and now they're just
it's 50 communicators a week. So it's like 50 people that actively talk in your chat, and then it's 100 participators. So it's people who at least visit or view your server. So even if you just like open the server, do that. Just open the damn server.
Yeah, open the server. Maybe say hi. I think they have to type in it, don't they?
No, well, one is communicators and the other is participators.
Okay,
so this includes actions such as viewing, reading, posting messages, and reacting to posts. So like a post, open the damn thing, that's it. And then the other one is have at least 20% retention over 8-week period. But I think they actually changed that to 12 weeks instead of 8 weeks from what I was reading.
My biggest thing about it, not to get, I mean, we're getting into it either way a little bit, but I think the weekly requirement is a little much, and I think it's kind of in undercards what he said. I think that might be the reason for it, is that they're trying to quell out the people that shouldn't be partners, which I am I'm all for, because I've always said all these social media platforms, the people that get partner and all that then don't really deserve it, are holding up a spot for people that should. So I think Discord may be doing this. The weekly requirement, I think, is a little much, but I think
it should be either bi-weekly or monthly.
I think monthly would be good, but I think maybe they're starting off. I hope that they're starting off with weekly just to give an excuse to get rid of those inactive Discord partners, and then maybe down the road they'll go to monthly. I hope that's the case, because I think weekly is way too much, but I think monthly is a good standard. But maybe they're just doing that to get rid of the totally inactive Discords sooner rather than later.
I mean, like I said, if you are in Discord partners, Discords, just open the damn thing, react to something, and then that's it. And if you have 100 people, I mean, I have 800, 900 people in my Discord, even just posting a selfie or posting a picture of your dog or your food, that counts. Like even reading something, like open it and reading something.
Nope.
Like just do it.
Yeah, just go in. Yeah, support your.
Especially if they were a Mixer partner, because we already lost Mixer. We already lost like all of that. So like don't I think that's what like a lot of people are upset most about, is like we already lost Mixer.
And then now this is coming up. Yeah.
So losing this is just like just a kick in the ass, I guess.
Agreed. So hopefully, for those of you guys that didn't know, go hang out in the Discords, at least like react, say hi, whatever. We appreciate it. And those that are partner like Charlie, not like me, my Discord link is still like H27YBG789 nonsense.
Yeah, I'm not a Discord partner. Do whatever the fuck you want, my Discord.
Yeah. You can still do whatever the fuck you want in my Discord too. Like I like having interaction. I wish my Discord was more interactive. Fuck, but especially like
I'm lucky.
Charlie.
Mine is pretty. I have a pretty active Discord, but not as active as I would like to see it. But that's partially my fault too.
Like Kdog said, there's just people that are Discord partners that probably aren't even. There's probably Discord partners that aren't even creators anymore.
Yeah, and I think that's like what they're quelling
and the
out.
amount of features you get with partner. pretty crazy. I mean, I'm not allowed to use I can't even use my own emotes to a message to Charlie because I haven't paid. So it's like, you know, for somebody that even isn't a partner of Discord, but I use Discord to a utilization that I feel is somewhere in a tier somewhere where like, can I at least just use a fucking emote in a DM?
I just want the better audio and all that, especially because like when I hold like these or when I'm playing in chats and all that, I want the better audio servers. Like I want better hosting. That's what I want.
There's a ton of features I want. I just can't believe that something as simple as the fact that I can use emotes in my channels, but I can't use an emote in a direct message. You know,
that's insane.
It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just,
yeah.
Discord partners get a lot of features that would require a lot of money from me as just a Discord user that is trying to utilize it to a content creator level. Not saying I'm at that level, but it should show that I'm trying, you know what I mean? So they should have maybe almost like, I don't know, instead of it just being non-Discord partners and Discord partners, there should be maybe a way to like tier to a sense of like who's utilizing what, like
so like an affiliate.
Sure, I guess like something like that. Like just make it. I'm not asking for everything. I'm just asking for simple little things that would help me utilize. Because I mean, we're using their service. We're making their service what it is. I mean, who doesn't use Discord? Who the fuck? What do you use, Skype?
Yeah, nobody uses that shit. Or, you know, imagine like Ventrilo. Yeah, TeamSpeak, Ventrilo back in the day.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like, you know, the people that are using Discord as a hub for
Nitrado or whatever it was. That was another one for like
I mean, if you look at boosts, I mean, boosts are basically, hey, if your community really wants a server to be everything it can be, they all need to chip in money for it. I get it, but I don't like that. Like, what if there was just a matter of like, depending on how many members that are actually active and come in, it bumps up in tiers of utilization of what you can do. I don't know, like it's just something like that.
I get it. I get it.
End of the day, I think them taking these steps to hold their partners accountable pretty much is a good thing, and I wish more social media platforms did that. Looking at Twitch, looking at Mixer before it shut down, you know, all that, you know, those people with the check marks, you know, holding them accountable and making sure that they fulfill the requirements that they're upholding new people to, you know, not just because they're grandfathered in. So
yeah,
I'm a fan.
Like I said, I mean, I'm not gonna say names, but they're probably, I don't know, maybe they deleted them, but either way, I'm sure there's Discord servers that are just like literally floating out there, and the person who runs it or started it is just gone.
Well, but the thing is like, canceled. Sure, yeah, that's true, but there's no way Discord doesn't know who they are. Like, there's no way that they don't have the analytics of all the Discord partners where they can just fucking see that shit themselves.
Oh
like,
yeah,
there's no interactivity happening or interaction or fucking anything.
But this goes back to like the beginning of the show where we were talking about big business. Like, Discord's gotten pretty big, so there's somebody somewhere that
consider them, you know, fucking Apple or Microsoft, but okay.
No, but there's a team though where there's separate duties assigned to different people. Like, you have the people that you're talking about that care about you and think that you deserve what you've worked for and everything, and then you got the people that go, but here's the numbers and what we need to do. Like, that's just business. Like, there's different departments for different things.
I don't think that they should, partners who are it's like, let's say Mixer partnership. They changed the requirements from what was it, 5,000 to 2,000 2 years ago. It wasn't this past summer, it was the summer before that. It was 2018. And they didn't hold the people that got partnered on the 5,000 to the 2,000 requirement. Like, why should I worked for my Discord partnership. I had 10,000 fucking followers. I had enough people in my fucking Discord. I had this on fucking Twitter. I had this on fucking Instagram. That's why I fucking got it. Why should I have to, like, if they want to make new requirements for new people, fine. But it is what it is. Just do your Discord partner friends and content creators a favor and just fucking look at their Discord.
Yeah, they're definitely backtracking on their own. I mean, the fact that they gave it to you should be them to uphold what you earned it for. Now later on, there's no doubt that they're going, it's not being utilized the way we thought it would, so here's our new requirements to take it from you so we can give it, you know, like, they're definitely backtracking on their word, that's for sure.
Yeah,
but like I said, it's just comes down to,
that is what it is.
It's a growing business. I guarantee someone's gonna buy Discord.
Just
Watch.
do your friendly neighborhood Discord partners a favor and fucking look at their Discord once a week. Thanks.
I mean, Discord already announced, not even, and this is another subject, like if you guys even saw that, they announced like they're changing their service to be more, I don't know, wide spectrum to business. Like, did anybody see that? Like, they literally made a post talking about how they know where their roots are, which is gaming and all that stuff. But they made a literal announcement saying that they're trying to branch out to be bigger than just that. You know what I mean? Like as a service, like
they're trying to take advantage of, you know, this current COVID era of, you know, businesses and Skype calls, which they work better than Skype
and things like that using Discord, like utilizing it. Like, so that basically means like they could easily get bought out. They'll still be Discord, but if someone else buys them, then they're gonna be utilized in far more places, but they're gonna have more people calling shots on what they can do and what they can't do. Like like it's like if someone buys them and they start getting utilized everywhere, something like Skype will get literally wiped off the face of the earth, probably, you know, or something.
We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, if Discord becomes, you know, a new facet of, you know, Microsoft, we'll see that for 2 years and then they'll sell it off to Facebook. So
yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Just do your friendly neighborhood Discord partner.
Yeah, go. Yeah, if you have Discord partners like Charlie, go. You know, do your part. Check in on our Discord once a week, and do that for all of us. We appreciate it, but especially the Discord partners. At least come in and say hi. We like it because, you know, we at least all have our Discord communities unmuted, and we'd like to see your interaction.
Oh no, I have mine muted. What do you mean?
Anyways,
most of us.
It's been fun.
I woke up one day and Bun and Pavle were going fucking ham, and I'm so glad I had that bitch muted because there were 500 fucking messages in that bitch. Nope.
I hate to interrupt, but I have to go.
Yep, we're closing up. So, anyways, guys, thank you everybody on Charlie's side of everything as well. Thank you, chat over there on my side. I appreciate all of you guys. We talked about where you can find everybody. Thank you. Next week, I'll figure out officially who's going to be on it. Like I said, I'm finalizing one thing. So we'll go from there. That being said, check in on your friendly neighborhood Discords. Go, I don't know what else we talked about. But if you missed it, it's going to be on YouTube on Friday because I have to wait 24 hours to post stuff from Twitch, the other T word. Anyways, that's about it. Don't do anything I wouldn't, guys, and I'll go ahead and end this recording so Undercard can, you know, go do whatever it is he needs to go do by himself. And yeah, that's it. Everybody wave, say goodbye, don't do anything I wouldn't, and yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.